traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
More sun than clouds for the rest of today and pleasantly warm this afternoon, high 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair
low 54.
with hair
Nice
volume
day tomorrow
from
with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair volume
nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair volume
nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair
nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair
nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair
nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74.
What I'm hearing, I think there really should be no reason for an increased kind of angst associated with the event. It's going to look very different. The outer perimeter control mechanisms, meaning what's that outer perimeter look like? All of those questions that became prominent after the shooting, all of those questions really should kind of fall by the wayside. So the first thing that I think people are going to recognize is that you're going to see a lot more people, and it's physically going to look different because a lot of the line of sight mitigations are going to be mitigated by either structures like signs that they'll bring in, or cranes, or trucks, those kinds of things. And one of the things that the investigation yielded, and I think I mentioned to you early on, is that the perimeter for, let's just call it event one, it was too small. And so you end up saying, let's cut to the chase here. How could a guy get on the roof? Well, the Secret Service determined during event one that that building was outside of its perimeter, which means that they would have taken responsibility for that and shifted it to others who they would ask to assist them. Now, obviously, there were some assumptions being made, perhaps on both sides, but the point is that you will now see that building. It will look much more like a presidential perimeter, which means that building will be under the control of the Secret Service. And the reason it didn't happen the first time, and I think is the point that you're getting to when you say scrambling, they didn't have enough people. And so now you're going to see an increased labor intensity. You're going to see drones. You won't see drone suppression, but you're going to see the full suite of protective assets that were not present at event one. So for those reasons, I don't have any worry or concern that there's going to be an incident.
All right, so I get information from a source, and I don't know if this is something to be worried about, but I know you know. So a source that I know runs a gun range up there in Butler, and says that some of the agents, Secret Service agents, had to qualify with their duty weapon yesterday. Is that strange? Is that unusual? Is that?
Yeah, let's
help me with
Marty.
this.
Let's put a little context around that.
Yeah.
If you hear that and you end up saying that, boy, that sounds odd, or maybe that's embarrassing, whatever.
Yeah.
It can make you seem like an agent graduated the academy on Monday morning. You show up at a site and somebody says, "Oh, I got to qualify with my pistol." That's really not what happens. Here's fundamentally what happens.
Okay.
When operational tempo goes up, meaning candidates are running all over the world, you're just coming off the UN, which is the biggest security arrangements really in the United States. The point is, when operational tempo goes up, training and qualification has a tendency to go down.
Nice.
So what that means is that those agents, it's not that they weren't qualified, they weren't home for their quarterly. They weren't home for their quarterly, opportunity to shoot and qualify. So here's the way it works: you're out for 3 weeks, and you're back for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So that means you're out on something called a rota or a rotation. But oftentimes when the tempo goes up and they go, it's all hands on deck, you know what? You get something called held over. So that means instead of being out for 3 weeks, maybe now you're out for 5 weeks. You know what? When you get home, you want a day off. Why? You got to pay your bills. You got to see your kids, that kind of stuff. Do that 2 or 3 cycles, and you know what happens? You didn't get a chance to qualify. Wow. And then somebody writes you and says, "Oh, these guys just showed up to qualify with their pistols." Yeah, because they haven't been home.
No, but this raises a couple points. Number one, the point that he makes is actually incredibly important. You don't have idiots that can't shoot a gun learning how to shoot a gun. What you have are experienced guys that didn't have time to take the test. It tells me what, Ron? That they're working so much, they don't even have time to do what they're supposed to do to make sure that they're qualified. Is that fair?
It's not to make sure that they're qualified, Marty. I haven't qualified on a range, a Secret Service range, in, I don't know, 5 years, but I'm sure I could shoot 100 tomorrow if you wanted me to.
Right.
So it's not that they're not qualified, but these are standards that if you get into a shooting, one of the first things they do is they pull your training records. Ongoing education in any law enforcement organization is really important. But the point is, this is not a new problem.
Oh.
So when operational tempo goes up, somebody is going to say, okay, I need 50 agents. You pick a place in the world, Miami, Chicago, overseas, tomorrow. You're not going to be able to say, excuse me, boss, I can't go on that trip to protect whoever because I've got to go to the range and qualify.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. So the point is, we'll catch you on the next time and you'll get an extension. That's what happens, and that's the inside baseball. It sounds bad, and it's not as bad as it sounds.
Hey, Ron, and then I get this. And this is, you might not have the answer to this, but I don't know if this would even be possible. Quote, probably some agents here that have not finished the academy yet. Is that possible?
Let me understand what you said. What's the question, Marty?
Probably some agents here, Secret Service agents, that have not finished the academy yet. Could that happen? And if it did, why would that happen?
It's likely that did not happen,
okay.
although it's much like if you're going to take trainees in the police academy, and every once in a while they'll take trainees out and they'll do something like a major search for perimeter control or something like that. So you'll take a group of agents and you will put them on the outermost, and I'm going to say this in a way that hopefully makes sense, non-significant posting.
Right.
But what you need is a phalanx of bodies, people just standing there to show a presence. I don't want to say that they're not doing anything, but they are. The first line of force that they teach you in law enforcement is officer or agent presence. So it could be something like that.
By the way, not to interrupt you, but Pittsburgh cops are doing the same thing. No, honestly, guys that weren't out of the academy yet were actually working the perimeter at some big events in the city of Pittsburgh for the very reason you just discussed.
Yeah, no. These are standard protocols in law enforcement across the country. Yeah. The Secret Service has done it, but I have to tell you, it's rare because what that means, the Secret Service Academy, there's 2 of them. One's in Georgia, one's in Beltsville, Maryland. So from logistics and money, and money, management of the budget is a big deal running an agency. So that means I got to take 30 people, I got to put them on a bus or an airplane and get them there. And so that's a big chunk of money that typically was not budgeted for in that budget cycle. So that's why the Secret Service doesn't like to do it, because now I got to get them back and they've got to catch up in their curriculum. Does it happen? Yeah. But that is not, again, it's like the guy showing up to shoot on the range to qualify.
Right.
That's not going to set off alarm bells for me.
It doesn't mean they're incompetent. This is just the play and the push to the limit and they're covering. Yeah.
Exactly. But what it does tell me is that, once again, it's campaign season, everybody's running around the world. It tells me that they are stretched thin.
Yep.
And that has been that's the genesis of so many of the problems that we're talking about. Guys are not home. They're not, they're not being able to do training. Like, all of that kind of stuff compounds into problems where you have people leave early. If you're working over 12 hours, a lot of times you're not getting paid for that time. So it's never one thing. It's a combination of things that ultimately lead to an agent being, let's just call it, and be technical here, not happy.
Can you hang?
Of course.
Got to take a break. This is important stuff. It's actually brilliant, his assessment, because the information I received would, for amateurs, raise red flags. But for the pro himself, the best in the country are talking about this. Ron Layton, this is part of the play. By the way, for Pittsburgh cops listening, does this sound familiar? Not enough guys? Folks not finished their training? Issues with pay? Sound familiar? It is. It's crazy. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Helen Gamble, what's up?
We have a construction zone lane restriction that's causing some heavy delays on Route 28 southbound. So if you're headed into town this morning, you're going to need to leave some extra time. You're backing up right around the Fox Chapel interchange as you get through those lane restrictions down by the Highland Park Bridge. Also, if you're crossing the 62nd Street Bridge, heading over to Washington Boulevard, Allegheny River Boulevard, you're going to find some construction zone lane restrictions there that are slowing your go in several directions. Parkway West inbound, a little slow for you on the front side of Green Tree Hill approaching the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-924-7415. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. So many of you have told me about your plans for the future. Starting a business, buying a home, retiring near your grandchildren. But prices are too high. So let me tell you what I will do about it as president. I will take on price gouging. I will lower the cost of health care insurance. We cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. I'm running to do that for everyone. And I will provide new down payment assistance to first-time home buyers and tax benefits to people who want to start their own business. Donald Trump, well, he wants to give more tax breaks to the wealthy, whereas I will cut taxes for the middle class instead. Because I know working people want to do more than just get by. You want to get ahead, and that's the future you deserve. And that is what I will focus on every day as your president. Paid for by Harris for President.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Great October savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Frozen honeysuckle turkey breast, 98 cents a pound. Sweet seedless halos, 3-pound bag, $4.99 each. And Essential Everyday Purified Water, 24-pack, 2 for $5. Additional savings in our meat department, USDA Choice boneless New York strip steaks, $9.99 a pound, and farm-raised fresh salmon fillets are $9.99 a pound. In the produce, extra large slicing tomatoes, $1.29 a pound, and new crop Eastern Select Gala apples, 5-pound bag, $3.99 each. In the deli, plain or garlic Ecker's bolognas, $3.99 a pound, and Coon's stuffed pepper or chicken noodle soup, 60-ounce containers, $4.79 each. And this week, Di Fratelli pasta or pizza sauce, 14 to 24-ounce jars, 2 for $4.
So get in on the great October savings at Coons Market, that special place in your neighborhood. How do you find the Coons Market nearest you? It's simple. Click on coonsmarket.com. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
I'm meteorologist Jeff Nordine with your Lowe's weekend weather update. Sunshine Saturday, temps in the mid-70s. Same temperature Sunday with thunderstorms. Holiday hosting starts at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus save an additional $75 on select cooking appliances, $899 or more. Valid through 10/16 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Former Marine Corps pilot, retired Lieutenant Colonel Rob Schroeder founded the company Steerbridge. And after being awarded a VA technology contract, his team radically improved the way veterans receive education benefits.
There's a benefit provided to veterans via the VA. And we took a process that normally took 30 to 45 days for an approval to get your certificate of eligibility. It's now a button click. So we like to say from 30 days to 30 seconds, you get your certificate of eligibility, which is just then enables you to go to a school and apply using your GI Bill benefits. Eminently proud of that benefit that we're able to deliver.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I worked for, served 4 presidents, forgot more than anyone currently in the Secret Service knows, honestly. Was an interview away from being the director himself, Ron Layton, joining us. I'm actually curious about, Patrick mentioned something, I'm glad he reminded me. So, Ron, Elon Musk will be here. That makes this even more, I don't want to use the word treacherous, but more difficult. Is that accurate?
So, somebody like Elon Musk, is going to be similar to somebody like, say, Oprah or a Mark Zuckerberg, like those types of very high-profile executives. They are always going to travel with security. It is likely that they have selected people that were former FBI or former Secret Service, those types of things.
Yeah.
So this just doesn't happen. So it's likely that several days ago, the head of Elon's security would have contacted maybe the Pittsburgh office or perhaps the Trump detail directly, and they've worked out some type of integrated plan. When I was in the president's detail, this would happen all the time, and what would happen was they would take those security elements, and it would be called under the umbrella. So you'd be under the umbrella of the detail or under the umbrella of the protective edifice that the Secret Service puts in place. So there will likely be nothing visible seen to anybody who's attending the event.
It'll be, honestly, it'll be a pain in the ass as your regular citizen to go to this because their underwear, the security folks have their underwear in a wad. Is that fair? I mean, they're going to be uptight tomorrow. Are they not?
Well, Marty, just from a personal standpoint, non-professional comment, that's why I don't go to any of this stuff.
Right on.
I watch it on television.
Right on. It's going to be a lot of hassle. And I get the whole idea is I want to be there. I want to see Trump do this again. But at the end of the day, it's going to be difficult. I want to mention something. The head of the Justice Department was on last night with Nora O'Donnell from CBS. He said that there were legitimate, real threats from Iran to try and take out Trump. The Secret Service has to be thinking this all the time now. I don't give a damn whether you're in Butler County or Armstrong County. They could be anywhere, could they not, sir? This is real, is it not, sir?
Yeah, so that particular threat stream increased after the United States and specifically former President Trump after Mr. Soleimani was killed. And so that is not a new threat stream. And just because it's old does not mean it's not valid, or it's not something the Secret Service is not aware of. But, yeah, that is a serious matter. And, of course, there are contingencies put in place to address that. But that is a real deal threat.
We had Mike Pompeo on last week. He said he has full-time security because they want to kill him, too. Is this real? Are there people out there in America sent here by Iran looking for an opportunity to kill folks like Trump and Pompeo? Is that real?
So, Marty, I've got, based on jobs that I've had, I have personal experience that these things are real. There are agencies, to include the Secret Service, who are aware of these things and who have boots on the ground to be able to address these threats. But the question is this reality today? Those foreign threat actors who are operating on the United States soil? 100%.
And by the way, these aren't amateurs that are crawling up on a roof and kind of sort of stumbling around. These are professionals? Is that fair, too?
So, well, you've heard me say this before, and this is the thing that is very concerning. You're talking about individuals who have significant trade craft.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Marty, and this is why that this is a real, kind of thing that you've got to be very careful about. You don't think about it as a typical American citizen. You go down to Chipotle and get anything that you want for lunch, or you go here, you go there. It's American society. We have what's called we live in a permissive environment. In other words, there's nothing to generally stop you. So that means if you are a trained...
I got to take a break. It's my fault. Can you hang for one more minute?
Yeah, of course I can.
I love this man. It's my fault I take him long because he's so interesting.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Serious savings at your local Par-Mar store. Dan's angrily reminding you to download the Par-Mar Stores app and save big. Get 3 cooler beverage items with your Par-Mar Rewards card and get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. And remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
62 with sunshine. It's 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A new report from Allegheny County's controller shows a concerning end-of-year budget deficit. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
That interim report reveals that Allegheny County is on track to face a $60 million deficit by the end of the year. County Controller Corey O'Connor joined the Big K Morning Show and warns that tough choices could lie ahead.
As you mentioned, there's some very, very alarming numbers here. And I think it's now time to not just plan for budgets for 6 months from now, but we need to start looking at budgets in the future.
O'Connor says changes such as hiring more in-house employees rather than relying on contracted agencies could help bring costs down and shore up the pension fund. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A Pittsburgh police officer was injured during a fight with a man who crashed his car into some gas pumps on the south side late last night. The incident happened around 11:30 p.m. at the Cohen gas station on East Carson Street. First responders arrived to find a fire near the pumps, and the driver who was involved reportedly got into a fight with officers. He was arrested and taken to a hospital. An officer was also transported for treatment of a hand injury. Before the collision at the gas station, police say the man hit another car and fled the scene. About 200 protesters blocked traffic last night at the intersection of 5th Avenue and Bigelow Boulevard near Pitt's Cathedral of Learning. Demonstrators opposed to Israel's limited ground operation in Lebanon marched from the Carnegie Museum of Art to Forbes Avenue. The anti-Israel protest took place during Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 92 points at 42,103. The Nasdaq is up 46. The S&P up 6 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Bob Casey supported radical sanctuary city policies, and Casey said,
I want to be held accountable if something doesn't work out well.
Casey's sanctuary city policies haven't worked out well. They released dangerous illegal immigrants onto our streets. In fact, Casey's sanctuary city policies released one illegal immigrant felon in Philadelphia who then raped a 5-year-old Pennsylvania girl. Casey made us all less safe. Casey not only supports these crazy policies that put convicted felons back on our streets, he'd make things even worse. Casey voted to give illegals with violent criminal records amnesty. Casey supported amnesty even for illegals convicted of domestic violence and child abuse. Rewarding illegals convicted of domestic violence and child abuse? It's insane.
I want to be held accountable.
It's time to hold Casey accountable. It's time for a change. It's time to fire Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Endurance has paid hundreds of millions in claims. Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-291-3183. That's 800-291-3183. 800-291-3183.
I'm here for PJ Fitzpatrick. I've got to tell you, don't go with just any guy to replace your roof. Choose PJ Fitzpatrick. Why choose the B team when you could get the A team from PJ Fitzpatrick? Trust PJ Fitzpatrick to get your roof done right with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. PJ Fitzpatrick has thousands of 5-star reviews and over 40 years of experience. Plus, they can install most roofs in 1 day. Visit trustpj.com today to set up a free design consultation and take advantage of the fall promotions.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty. Well, we do have pretty tame traffic around the district, so that gives us a chance to talk about a weekend traffic note we've received this morning from PennDOT District 12. So work that was supposed to happen on eastbound Interstate 70 in Washington County last weekend has been rescheduled for tomorrow, the 5th, from 7 p.m. through Monday, October 7th at 6 a.m. So only one lane will be open on eastbound I-70 between exit 18, the North Junction with Pittsburgh, and exit 20 for Bow Street. Significant delays are expected during this round-the-clock restriction, so you do want to plan accordingly. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine, a few clouds, and pleasantly warm this afternoon with a high of 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, though 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
McGuire Memorial has been inspiring hope and fostering growth since 1963. We'd like to recognize and thank all of their dedicated and committed staff who care for God's most vulnerable people. If you want to make a difference in someone's life and enjoy caring for others, then we invite you to join the team. Excellent benefits, paid vacation, personal and sick days. To apply, call Lauren 724-843-3400, extension 1153, or online at McGuireMemorial.org.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Okay, we've reached it. End of the week. Let's go. Friday, we get you ready for the weekend. Oh, Steelers, Cowboys. How about that? We'll talk about that a little bit for sure. 2 to 6 today and every day. Colin Dunlap right here, KDK.
All right, I have Ron Layton now, so I have Congressman Mike Kelly, and I wanted to get to Ron first because I wanted to make sure people understand this. So what you're suggesting is, because I think it's important, because I heard the head of the Justice Department telling Norah O'Donnell that there's a real threat against Trump and guys like Mike Pompeo. Is it real, Ron, and is it here and now?
Yeah, it's, as I said before, it's certainly real, and this was precipitated and enhanced by the killing of Mr. Soleimani. So that Iranian threat and that threat stream is fact. It is real.
Wow. And they're professionals, killers here in this country looking for an opportunity to take out someone like Trump. Is that fair to say, or is that hyperbole, sir?
No, I don't think so. I think it's real. And again, it comes down to tradecraft. And again, they're operating within the confines of a permissible environment. So what that means, if you want to rent a car, you likely can. If you want to obtain a weapon, you may even be able to do it legally. If you want to conduct some type of covert action, there's not many mechanisms to stop you other than the fact that the agencies hopefully have some idea where you are and what your activity is. But oftentimes, and this goes for the domestic side too, much of the activity is legal up until the point that you pull the trigger. It's why we have so much problems trying to stop this kind of thing.
Man. And before you go, are you confident that the Secret Service is prepared tomorrow to do their job to the best of their ability, sir?
100%, Marty.
Nice. Ron Layton, you're the man. Best ever. Thanks, brother.
Thanks. Be well.
Unbelievable. Congressman Mike Kelly, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
It's fascinating. That was Ron Layton, served 4 presidents, was an interview away from heading up the Secret Service. And it scares me because I heard the head of the Justice Department last night saying there are real threats from Iran in this country trying to take out someone like Trump. Do you feel the same way, sir? Do you believe those threats are real?
I believe they're more than real. I believe they're active right now. Marty, one of the things that I serve with a bunch of, some of the people I serve with right now are former members of they were SEALs and everything else. Eli Crane, who was a sniper, he and I were talking one time. He said, you know, Mike, the greatest danger I see so far is the first 2 attempts were done by rookies who had no idea what they're doing. There are professionals out there that can make this happen in a second. And I am worried from the situation of everybody that's been mentioned so far is somebody that I served with Mike Pompeo in the House before he went on to work for the administration under President Trump.
Love him.
These are great, great problems, and I think America needs to become alert. Forget about whether you're registered as a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. Think of yourself as an American and the attacks that are going to take place on the United States of America. And that's one of the things we start to get united about that as opposed to where we stand politically. This is a very dangerous time for our country. It's a very dangerous time for our nation. It's a more dangerous time for us to be divided and not united.
I can't agree more. There is nothing more spot on than what he said right there. We cannot allow our differences to make us think, who cares, it's just Trump. That is obscene. To that point, sir, are you confident that the Secret Service is prepared to protect the president the way he needs to be protected tomorrow, sir? Are you confident? Are you nervous?
You know what? I'm nervous because no matter how much we prepare, no matter how safe we try to be, there is always going to be that element of surprise that's out there, something that happens that we weren't expecting, that we weren't prepared for. This is 180 degrees different, and the way it was handled on July 13th in Butler. October 5th is different. At this point, everybody is alert. Secret Service is alert. We have all type of local law enforcement that is alert and on watch. But at the end of the day, Marty, you can never 100% say we are safe and we are secure because of the very environment we live in.
Hey, Mike, what's your advice to folks headed that way? I mean, 60,000 people, man, that'd be a pain in the ass, to be honest, Mike. What's your advice to folks?
I have the same advice I gave back on July 3rd when I was first told that President Trump was coming to Butler. I said, please don't go to that venue. It's too small to handle the crowd that's going to be there. The roads are ripped up. And at that time, I was told, Mr. Congressman, we've already made a decision. I said, well, when you looked at the site, what did you think? And they said, listen, sir, we just told you we've already made a decision. I said, so the answer I just interpreted, you've never been to the site. You have no idea what you're going to be facing. And this is a reckless and dangerous thing. I did not expect an attempted assassination, but I did expect heavy traffic and the inability to get people in and out of a facility safely and securely.
And so I don't want to speak for you. You have the same trepidation now?
I do, because it's the same site. I do, although here's the one caveat. There's nobody that faces danger with more balance than President Trump, and I really do wish that at times he would think more about his own safety and security. Marty, this is going to be as safe as we can possibly make it, but you cannot 100% assure anything. The other thing that I am surprised is, being chairman of this task force, I actually have the ability to go beyond those grounds and everything else. I will tell you this, and I mean it. Listen, the Secret Service is under a great deal of scrutiny right now. I just wish they would, when I come on the grounds, I just wish they would be more aware of the fact that I'm there not to criticize or take them out, but in order to help them and do whatever I can to make sure that it's too strange for me right now when people don't talk to you. They say, you can't be on these grounds. I say, yeah, well, I can't be on these grounds, and this is a reason I can't be on those grounds. And
hold on, sir.
Well, we don't know you.
Congressman, are they hassling you, the Secret Service? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, they totally ignore me.
Whoa.
They totally ignore me. And I think that...
Why? Because you're doing your job?
I think because they feel they're under fire.
Oh, come on.
And they have there's almost this uncertainty about what their future is going to be if they don't do things the right way. We're there to help them. They asked for more money. We just gave them $231 million more of taxpayer money to shore up whatever shortages they have. But when you see people that look at you and say, oh, my gosh, why is he here? Well, he has no business overlooking this. And my answer to them is, look, fellas, you may not like me being here, but without me being here, the people in the United States are going to constantly question whether they can trust you. I'm here to make sure we shore that up and that we can restore the faith, trust, and confidence the American people need to have in this agency. Please, I'm not here to take you out. I'm here to help keep you in, but keep you in at a level that we can have all the confidence in the world that is being done the right way. And when they're not totally transparent, that's what brings up all these conspiracies.
My man, you're not the bad guy. Don't kill the man trying to help them. Don't do that. Grow up, act like adults, and protect the damn president. Do your job, and you won't have to worry about Mike Kelly. Hey, will you be beside him tomorrow like you were the last time?
As of right now, that's where I think I'm going to be. But I've got to tell you, I have never felt more isolated than at any Trump event than I am right now. I don't know where they want me to be or when they want me to be there. My answer to them is I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to the sighting, and today I was there yesterday. I will be there tomorrow early. I will be doing everything I can to do oversight on it. Unfortunately, we don't have much interaction with either Secret Service or any of the teams that are putting this together. I do have a very close relationship with local law enforcement. These guys have been standouts in the middle of the time when everybody was pointing fingers at them. The first part, Marty, as you know, of the task force was to find out what went wrong. The one thing we found out that didn't go wrong was law enforcement, local law enforcement. They did everything they were asked to do. Marty, they, being the Secret Service, did not coordinate the last time. When they tell me that we didn't know how to communicate, my question is, you knew well enough, well before 11 minutes after 6, that there was a suspicious person on the grounds. You talked about him for over 45 minutes. Why in the world, if you weren't sure that it was a safe and secure environment, did you let President Trump come out onto that stage? All you had to say is, sir, stay inside until we are positive this person we keep seeing and keeps disappearing and has a rangefinder until we locate him and make sure that he's not a danger to you. That's the greatest failing that I see happen that day, and forever I will question them in that, and forever I have been waiting for an answer, and all they can tell me is, sir, you don't understand. I said, that is a correct answer. I don't understand, and I understand that you understand what I'm asking you, and you're not answering it.
Hey, Congressman, I love you, man. I love your leadership. It's been amazing.
I hate to get worked up on this stuff, but all we were trying to do is to make sure that the American people have the faith, the trust, and the confidence they need to have in these agencies, and at this point, they don't. And we need to shore that up.
Congressman, are you hearing what I'm hearing, that they're butting heads with the state police already?
Well, you know, I haven't been there for any of that, but I do know when I talk to local law enforcement, they're more involved now than they're being pulled in right now, and they're having their meetings. What I don't like is when I show up on the surface there, that like I'm somebody, persona non grata. What's he doing here? He doesn't know anything about how we run this, and that the answer to that is, I don't know how to run it, but I do know the last time you guys ran it, it was a disaster. I'm just trying to make sure that the safety, the security of not only the President of the United States, but other citizens around it. Corey Pompatour would be alive today if they had not allowed President Trump to come out on that platform.
Right on, brother. Congressman, you're the man. I love everything you're doing, sir. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you.
Hey, well, thank you, Marty. Anytime. You know that, brother.
Man, that's amazing stuff. Man, that's strong. I love him. I love him. Trying to save a president's life, for God's sakes. On the PJ Fitzpatrick, former president. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, thank you. We do have construction zone lane restrictions greeting you if you're traveling southbound on Route 28. You're getting in line around the Fox Chapel interchange as you approach the Highland Park Bridge, so do leave some extra time as you're traveling there. Also, if you're coming down Route 8 and crossing underneath 28, heading across the 62nd Street Bridge, you'll find some slow traffic after you get off the southern end of that span because of construction zone lane restrictions there. Also, we do have the Parkway West inbound, still heavy. It is stacking on the front side of Green Tree Hill as you try to fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound ride toward the airport, no complaints at this hour. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Looking to make a difference in the lives of those in early substance abuse recovery? Ryan's Wings, a nonprofit founded in 2015, provides support and assistance to those in recovery and their families. As a volunteer-run organization, Ryan's Wings relies 100% on donations. Join them at Axis for Addiction, October 20th, Lumberjacks is in Millville, and be part of the change. Early donation helps. Together, we can lift others up. For more information on their event or to donate, visit ryanswings.org.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast. We always always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
It's not just about watching the game, it's about betting on it. I'm Mike Valeni, and on Cash the Ticket, Jim Costa and I break down every college football and NFL matchup like it's the last game we're ever going to watch. From the best bets to the sneaky underdogs, and of course, as my co-host likes to say, the value. And the one thing we're not going to do is pretend we're professionals. We have fun with it, it's an entertainment product, and it makes watching games a hell of a lot of fun. So Cash the Ticket, follow it in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
This is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus as we feature Northside Catholic Assumption Academy. Catholic Education Plus airs this Sunday morning at 6:30 and is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, Peters Township is at Moon in Week 6.
Presented by Coons Quality Foods, the official supermarket of high school football on KDKA. M7 Sports, the official sports complex training facility and recruiting management of high school football. AHM Sports Medicine takes you from sidelined to standout. Call 412-DOCTORS to book an appointment. Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Shape your future. AllegiantFCU.org.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Tell you what, I'm serious about this. Some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. And I mean, I'm an old guy. This restaurant in Oakmont, Michael A's. Whoo! Slamming. Folks, slamming. 9.9 on a scale of 10. Seriously, Michael A's, Oakmont. Homemade, handcrafted Italian. I'm telling you, it'll be the best you've ever eaten. Michael A's, Oakmont.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. To do this, they're implementing their community benefits plan that focuses on affordable home lending, small business loans, and employee volunteerism, and creating other opportunities to give back on a local level. They're proud to be part of the Pittsburgh community. See how PNC Bank can make a difference for you at pnc.com/our commitments. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Just like in the field of athletics, it's all about teamwork. And the team at Coons Market is there every day prepared to bring you top quality groceries along with friendly, courteous service and prices that will always be reasonable. So, hey, our team wishing your team the best of luck. And remember, whether it's game time or any time, when it's time to enjoy good quality food at reasonable prices, visit Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Andrew from Pennsylvania asks, our plan is to retire in about 5 years at the age of 60. What is your opinion on CDs versus fixed index annuities for the next few years? Are they really just like CDs in terms of penalties if I needed to liquidate them early? Well, it's not quite so simple, Andrew. With an annuity, if you need to break that contract, the price to get out could be steep. And putting that surrender charge aside, annuities in general could have higher fees than a CD.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Very unsettling, and I'm thinking about queuing that up and playing that again at the top of the next hour because I think it's unsettling what Mike Kelly said. So he's in charge of this task force, a bipartisan, to get to the bottom of what happened in this first assassination attempt. And and my man is not a liar. I've always liked him. He's a big guy. He's very charming. He's very engaging. Never says no to interviews. Ever. I'm very passionate. And he's telling me that, if you heard that the Secret Service is saying, screw you, buddy. Right? Right? Ignoring him, not giving information, not telling him where he can sit. Acting like he's not there. I find this to be so classic for the feds in my career. And here's a big picture thing. I'm getting inside info that the Secret Service is clashing, banging heads right now with the state police. My entire career, when the feds come in, they come in with their chest out and they're waving their degree, their master's degree in the air. We're better than you. We know more than you. Get the F out of our way. And I'm telling you right now, they better not be doing this with the life of the former president at stake. They better do their job. They cannot screw this up again.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4-star rankings on Charity Navigator. You can join their squadron today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
California Psychics is the real deal. They helped me out, totally changed my attitude, totally got me psyched to start my business and to take a new path in my life.
At California Psychics, customers like Jeremy trust us to connect them with only the best. In fact, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to us. So we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free.
I feel like she really kind of made a connection with me. She knew something about my personality, knew a little bit about me. Now I'm really confident about getting out there and just getting it done.
Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. That's a real deal you don't want to miss. So join Jeremy and experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Get insights on the go Download the California Psychics app today.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 68. Sunny skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The dock workers' strike that idled 36 ports on the east and Gulf coasts for 3 days has been suspended. Here's CBS's Christopher Cruz.
Late Thursday, the longshoremen and port operators reached a tentative deal to end the strike immediately. The deal gives them until mid-January to come to terms on a new 6-year contract. Port operators have agreed to increase wages 62% over the next 6 years.
The longshoremen are getting back to work at the ports immediately. Republican Dave McCormick, Democrat Bob Casey faced tough questions on climate and energy during last night's debate. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the story.
The Senate candidates have sparred over energy policy since the campaign began. In his ads, McCormick has sought to paint Casey as anti-fossil fuel and to tie Casey to Vice President Kamala Harris's old comments against fracking.
We have the 4th largest natural gas reserves in the world. We're blessed. And this natural gas is the way to a clean environment. Because of fracking, we've reduced carbon emissions in the United States by about 20%.
Casey has maintained his support for fracking and an energy strategy that includes both fossil fuels and clean energy investments.
I supported legislation just 2 years ago that made the greatest investment in clean energy in American history, allowing us to combat climate change.
The candidates have agreed to another debate to be held at a Philadelphia television station on October 15th. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A woman is dead and a man wounded after an overnight shooting in Duquesne. 911 was notified around 2:45 a.m. about that shooting in the 1000 block of Orchard Park Avenue. First responders found the woman dead inside a residence along with a wounded man who was taken to a hospital in stable condition. Detectives say an unidentified person entered the home and shot the victims. Allegheny County DA Stephen Zappala is touring the Monview Heights housing complex today in West Mifflin. On Monday, Zappala filed public nuisance charges against the owner of the complex, saying 96 of 129 apartments failed inspections. Safety is also a concern, with police responding to more than 500 calls at Monview Heights in the last 6 months, including a deadly shooting this week. Pittsburgh's branch of the FBI is reiterating threats and hoaxes about shootings and bombs are no joke. As News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado reports, criminal charges and time behind bar are possible.
The FBI is posting on X a reminder that it will fully investigate any threats against schools, using every tool at its disposal to find and prosecute those responsible. It and bureaus across the country using a hashtag #ThinkBeforeYouPost, reminding people that making a hoax threat is a crime that can land you in jail. The agency says school threats are a drain on law enforcement and are not funny. While the number of threats has slowed down since a surge in them at the beginning of the school year, state police in Indiana County had to be called to Purchase Line Elementary School on Thursday to look into a reported bomb threat there. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 59 points at 42,071. The Nasdaq up 142. The S&P is up 25 points. KDKA Sports, tonight's KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Peters at Moon. Our coverage starts with the Smart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist, Pittsburgh's personal injury attorneys. It's sunny and 68 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Summer's in Pittsburgh, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
After having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 20 2026 for qualified buyers.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield and recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have our Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras looking out live out over area roads, and you do have slowdowns in a couple of spots on Route 28. Coming southbound, you are getting in line right around the Fox Chapel interchange, and you're in slow traffic down through a construction zone lane restriction past the Highland Park Bridge. Things ease up for you, but then it's heavy again right around that Shaler Waterworks. Very sluggish from that point down to almost the Millvale interchange. No construction zones there, just lots of heavy traffic. So make sure that you plan accordingly if that is your way inbound toward town. We do have the Parkway West inbound sluggish on the front side of Green Tree Hill with the heaviest backing right around that Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. And the Parkway East inbound has a minor slowdown before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite nice for the rest of today with sunshine, a few clouds, and a warm afternoon high of 81 and clear to partly cloudy tonight, 54. Delightful tomorrow with plenty of sunshine, a bit cooler, the high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Kind of curious if anyone watched that debate last night. I bet you they didn't. First, it wasn't on a primary station, KDK Plus. It was exactly an hour. Bob, Casey, and McCormick. The moderator was out of Harrisburg. He did a hell of a job. He moved them along, made it very fair. It's actually pretty cool. It was worthwhile. It's important. We're going to get into that at noon. We're going to talk to McCormick. And my thing about McCormick and Casey, and I've said this 100 times, so here's 101. We've been in these studios for 8 years. He's never been up here, ever, on any show. So it's not like he doesn't like me. He just hasn't been here. And my point is, they love to pick on McCormick for living in Connecticut. Bob Casey didn't come to Pittsburgh. And he doesn't come on KDKA for 8 years. So who's better off? McCormick's been in here several times. Never says no. Just saying. I want to bring Mark Kimberly back in here because his brother is missing, and we have it posted on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook. His brother has been missing for a week. David Kimberly, 56 years old, driving a white Ford E350 van. And I wanted to, we put this out there yesterday. Local stations put it out there. I wanted to see if they had any luck. And I feel horrible for his family because they're losing it, as I would be. Mark, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Not too bad. How you doing today, Marty?
I'm a little frustrated, not as frustrated as you are, because it doesn't sound as if you're getting the help that you need to find your brother, your missing brother.
No, I'm actually getting no help. On Thursday, one of my brother's best friends called me with some information he had with my brother about a year ago. I asked him to go up to the Katanning State Police and file a report.
Right.
He went to the station and he talked with the lead crime detective who told my brother's friend that David is probably in Mexico getting drunk and getting blowjobs.
Hold on.
They had.
Yes. You can't say that kind of stuff on the air, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. They said
what you're suggesting is that they don't think that your brother is credibly missing. They think he's in Mexico partying, right?
Yes, they told him they have no interest in searching and or investigating David's as a missing person and walked out of the room. That is not my brother. I have talked to different police friends from different places, and told me something is wrong, and why haven't they done anything? They should have been in the house 3 days ago with warrants for his bank to debit card to see where it was last used with his van, and still nothing. I was asking if all listeners, what would you do if this was your family member?
Right
What would
on.
you do?
Right on.
The police is supposed to help you, right? They haven't.
And tell our listeners when your brother disappeared.
He was last seen September 23rd between 3 and 4 o'clock leaving his driveway, and that's the last time anyone has seen of him.
Had some sort of fight with his wife, right?
Yes, he had an argument. She told him she wanted a divorce, and that she walked about 150 feet away from the house. In that amount of time, he packed up all his belongings in duffel bags, hauled them in a van with congestive heart failure and knee replacement, and never seen him again. And this has not drawn flags from the Kittanning State Police.
And
the only one who
phone. We can't even track his phone, right, Mark?
No, he has no cell phone. The only one who has helped me is the Rural Valley Police Department, and you.
And
you're the only one who is putting it out there for me.
I saw it posted on a lot of social media locally, and we're hoping that this will catch someone's eye. There's no way in hell your brother drove to Mexico to party, is there, sir?
No, because if there was, why wasn't his plate scanned? Why isn't his debit card being used?
Right.
Simple things you can check to see if he even left state. And there's been no sighting. You'd see him on a highway. His plate would come up being scanned, being in the NCIC system.
Right on. Completely agree.
How do you push a 22-foot van?
And by the way, last time we had an incident like this, guy took off from Pittsburgh. They found him in Florida. How did they do it? Exactly what Mark just said. Plate scans. If your brother had taken his van and gone to Mexico to party, there'd be about 35 plate scans in different states. Would there not, sir?
Yes, there will be.
I thought the state police had indicated to you that they were going to help you out, sir.
I thought so too, and apparently they have no interest. So if anyone would help to call the state rep Donna Oberlander or District Attorney Caitlin Charlton and find out why the Kittanning State Police are not doing their job and looking for my brother.
Yeah, they could run his plate easily and see where his car's been last.
Or even I talked to the bank, the local bank, and asked them ladies, and they told me I need a search warrant. They haven't even been there. They haven't even been back to his house since Saturday, since I reported him missing when they talked to his wife.
Is this a Kittanning State Police, sir?
Yes.
Have you been up there yourself?
No, at this point, I don't think I want to talk to them anymore because they're not helping me.
Yeah, but I would imagine you would have to talk to them. Have you talked to them, period, sir?
No. Last time I talked to them, they told me if I find any information to call them and let them know.
I know, but you're his brother. And so what I'm asking you to do is to call them right now and say, you were just on the air with us and we need their help. Will you do that?
Well, I tried that yesterday, and they put me to the trooper, and he wouldn't answer, and I got his answering machine, and then I asked to talk to his boss, and it was a corporal, and they transferred me to him, and as soon as it picked up, they hung up.
Yeah, okay, but I'm telling you, you got to do it again and again and again so you have an answer. It's the only way this works. It's not the easiest way, sir, but it's the only way, okay?
Yes.
And I'm on it too, my man. I'm on it. Thanks, Mark.
All right, thank you very much, Marty.
Stay in touch, brother. It's very frustrating. Generally, the state, I'm not blaming this on the state police. Generally, they do a hell of a job, quite frankly. And I will call them as soon as we get into a break. But for now, this is the picture and the name and the description of the van is on the stream. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on X. And if you have any idea what happened here, please let us know. As you can tell, the brother is extremely upset. 2006, white Ford E350 van, 2006. It's horrible to have to go through that with a family member. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty. Well, we've gotten word over the past hour or so from PennDOT District 12 that work that was supposed to happen on eastbound Interstate 70 in Washington County last weekend has been rescheduled for tomorrow, the 5th, from 7 p.m. through Monday, October 7th at 6 a.m. So only one lane is going to be open for you on eastbound I-70 between exit 18, that's the north junction with Pittsburgh, and exit 20 for Bow Street. Significant delays, and this is per PennDOT, are expected during this round-the-clock restriction. You are advised to plan accordingly and avoid the area if at all possible. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey folks, Marty here. Amazing offer right now at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Ready? Free motorization on any Hunter Douglas shade, shutter or blind. Unheard of sale. 1 week by my girl Lisa and her team at Nest Expressions. Act now. Save hundreds, if not thousands, on free motorization. And you can combine this with tax credits and rebates that are running throughout Hunter Douglas. 724-933-5500 or nestexpressions.com.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm meteorologist Jeff Nordine with your Lowe's weekend weather update. Sunshine Saturday, temps in the mid-70s. Same temperature Sunday with thunderstorms. Holiday hosting starts at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus save an additional $75 on select cooking appliances, $899 or more. Valid through 10/16 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Baseball Learning Center is a Pittsburgh-based nonprofit organization that helps at-risk and disadvantaged people earn their high school diploma, along with various credentials to develop a career pathway through the workforce, higher education, and the U.S. military. Since 2003, Baseball has successfully helped over 25,000 students and their families by providing hope and solutions through a unique mind, body, and spirit approach that reconnects the disconnected while addressing regional workforce needs.
Looking for an out-of-the-ordinary getaway? AAA presents Yellowstone in winter, a 5-night tour package to America's most famous national park and more. Trust us, winter is the absolute best time for viewing the park's spectacular wildlife and jaw-dropping natural wonders. And best of all, you can forget about any crowds. Fly into Salt Lake City for an ethereal concert by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Then travel to Yellowstone, board a comfy, cozy heated snow coach, and marvel at amazing buffalo herds, Old Faithful Geyser, Yellowstone River Falls, and more. See the snow-capped Grand Tetons and savor the Wild West spirit of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. You'll even sleigh ride through an elk refuge. You also have an opportunity for an optional snowmobile excursion. Join them this winter. They offer 4 dates, January 18th or 25th, and February 1st or 8th. Visit AAA or call 1-800-354-8761.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. So many of you have told me about your plans for the future. Starting a business, buying a home, retiring near your grandchildren. But prices are too high. So let me tell you what I will do about it as president. I will take on price gouging. I will lower the cost of health care insurance. We cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. I'm running to do that for everyone. And I will provide new down payment assistance to first-time home buyers and tax benefits to people who want to start their own business. Donald Trump, well, he wants to give more tax breaks to the wealthy, whereas I will cut taxes for the middle class instead. Because I know working people want to do more than just get by. You want to get ahead. And that's the future you deserve. And that is what I will focus on every day as your president. Paid for by Harris for President.
Got a pesky drain? Galease Service's $93 clog crusher will clear your main drain, or it's free. If Galease can't clear your clog drain, it's free. Call 412-831-6199. 5-year warranty. Return visit included. PA 10887.
Call Galease.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right. So, this is legit. This is real sound that came across on Pittsburgh Scanner last night, and my boy Mike, and I got to play it, and you got to hear it to believe it. This happened yesterday. Listen to this.
See the caller, North Eveline Street, between Gem Way and Dearborn Street, apartment number. Caller said she got out of the shower and there was a man in her living room. States the male left peacefully. I don't know where he is right now. Going to be a black male, about mid-50s. Last seen wearing a black hat and a Steelers jersey.
Really? So, woman's in the shower. Now, someone has to fill in the blanks for me on this, because this story doesn't make any sense. She comes out of the shower, and some dude is sitting in a chair. Can you play it one more time? Because it is football season.
See the caller, North Eveline Street, between Gem Way and Dearborn Street, apartment number. Caller said she got out of the shower and there was a man in her living room. States the male left peacefully. I don't know where he is right now. Going to be a black male, about mid-50s. Last seen wearing a black hat and a Steelers jersey.
Man. I got to ask Mike. My man Mike, Pittsburgh Scanner. What's up, brother?
Hey, Marty. Thanks for having us.
What the hell is that? What happened?
It's Steelers season. It's Steelers season. I mean, the Pirates are done. The Penguins are just starting up. It's all we have right now as a city. We have that and a scary, whatever that is on the bridge. I don't even consider that it's a monster, whatever it is. But this is all we have, Marty.
I mean, that Ferris wheel.
Sure. Look, the wheel of death.
Help me with this. Why are people worked up about that? Why do they care? I heard another guy saying they were worried something would happen. What would happen with that stupid Ferris wheel? Maybe the safest ride on earth.
Have you seen the pictures of this thing?
What?
Do you see the pictures of that thing? The bridge is going to shift back and forth in the wind. And it's in the center, but come on.
No wonder
I can't wait to get on it. Let's be honest. It looks awesome, but my God, you're taking a risk.
Here's my thing about those rides. I'm not picking on that particular ride, but my background, part of my background was I did extensive research and investigations on fair rides, F-A-I-R. And the truth of the matter is that they're not inspected as frequently. They're not as maintained as frequently. They're put up and down sometimes by folks that you would consider less than the best on earth. And for that reason, I refuse to go on rides like that. I'm not suggesting this ride's a problem. I'm not suggesting it will be a problem. And I'm not a paranoid guy, as you know, Mike. I just don't think that's a good idea to go on rides that are moving around all the time. So as a result...
Would you rather go on the Ferris wheel or have a random guy in a Steelers jersey in your living room when you get out of the shower?
Okay, so what's the backstory there? What happened? What happened there? Who the hell was this guy?
This caller had no idea who this person was.
Whoa.
The way it played out, it just sounded like a mistake. Lock your doors, folks.
What do you mean a mistake?
Just lock your doors.
Mike, brother Mike, what do you mean a mistake? Was he high?
I think he went to the wrong house.
What do you mean he went to the wrong house?
Hey, not everything's labeled great here, man.
Oh, my gosh.
That's sort of how it played out. I mean, it doesn't seem there's any malicious intent.
Really?
It just seemed like a very awkward situation for everyone.
Mike.
Certainly the young lady getting out of the shower.
Mike, so this dude accidentally, sober, you don't know whether he's high, right?
They didn't mention anything of it, so they took the report and said it didn't seem too malicious. It wasn't extremely intentional.
It was daylight.
It happens. Daylight.
Mike, I was born tonight, but not last night. I was born on a Friday, but not this Friday. I've known and been in 8 million. I've seen everything twice, headed on 3 times. Sober, competent adults. The guy was in his 50s?
Yeah, 50s.
That aren't high, that aren't mentally ill, that aren't drunk. Do not accidentally wander into someone's house in a Steelers shirt and sit down and wait for some lady to come out of a shower. I just don't believe it, Mike. There's got to be a backstory, and it's your job, brother.
There has to be something out there.
You have to go find out, Mike, and then call us back.
I need to find out now. See, now you have me interested. I need to know more, and this is why I do this.
What the hell are we doing? Where's the camera at, man? We want to see. People are clamoring to see Mike. We want Mike. What are we doing about that?
What will happen? We'll get there.
Say, what do you mean we'll get there? Do you have Alexander Graham Bell building you a camera? Because we have the guru right here.
To Steve Jobs building me a camera.
Yeah.
Talking on my camera right now. Hey, Mike, call now. We're
Steve
going
Jobs
early.
is dead. But just kind of filling you in that Steve is dead. We're going to call you later and get you set up on a camera because the world wants to know what Mike looks like. All right?
The world sees me every day. They just don't know it's me.
You're my man. So
Marty Griffin, thank you.
We don't know the backstory, do we?
Not at all.
All right. Go Steelers.
Here we go.
Samantha, play it one more time. This is so weird.
See the caller, North Eveline Street between Gem Way and Dearborn Street, apartment number. Caller said she got out of the shower and there was a man in her living room. States the male left peacefully. I don't know where he is right now. It's going to be a black male, about mid-50s. Last seen wearing a black hat and a Steelers jersey.
Wow. Did he have a terrible towel on only? I mean, I like Mike a lot. He's one of my favorite people on earth, which is why we're going to put him on camera and make him an even bigger star. But Mike, I'm curious about what the hell actually happened. Unless the guy was drunk or high, which would be my guess. Normal people, and I put that in quotes, normal people, unless they're high as a kite or in some way impaired, don't wander into someone's home and sit in a chair and wait for them to get out of the shower. Last I checked. The other most significant piece of sound, and Mike hears all this stuff he sent me this week, came from these idiots. Do you have the piece of sound regarding Permanis, Samantha? Yeah. It happened regarding Permanis, and this is actually disheartening. This situation with Vance, who was initially told don't come into Permanis, then he came in and he bought everybody sandwiches. He actually did. He actually apologized, said that the lady changed her mind and let him back in. But listen to this.
They complained at the Permanti Brothers at 4618th Street off Smallman and Mulberry. Says they've been receiving calls all morning in reference to the political incident that occurred at the other Permantis, and now mail came in and 8 left a backpack behind. They just want the backpack checked. They think it's concerning.
Now, that was concerning because idiots were threatening to blow up Permanis because they didn't like the way one Permanis and one manager handled J.D. Vance last weekend. That is disheartening and disgusting and a new low as far as I'm concerned.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100. 800-290-7100.
Download the Par-Mar Rewards app today for some big gas and grocery savings. Dan Zangrili here to tell you that loyalty has its rewards at Par-Mar stores. Remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
68 and sunny at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A new report from Allegheny County's controller shows a concerning end of year budget deficit is on the way. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the latest.
That interim report reveals that Allegheny County is on track to face a $60 million deficit by the end of the year. County Controller Corey O'Connor joined the Big K Morning Show and warns that tough choices could lie ahead.
As you mentioned, there's some very, very alarming numbers here. And I think it's now time to not just plan for budgets for 6 months from now, but we need to start looking at budgets in the future.
O'Connor says changes such as hiring more in-house employees rather than relying on contracted agencies could help bring costs down and shore up the pension fund. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The Department of Education and the Norwin School District have reached an agreement after an investigation of complaints. The district allowed racially hostile environment. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has that.
The Education Department says the district allowed a racially hostile atmosphere, including when 2 students wore Confederate flag gear to a school spirit rally dubbed America Monday in October 2021. Some parents complained, and the department's finding is that the district failed to take any action about their concerns. The resolution now requires the district to take a number of steps, including undergoing special training on racial harassment. The resolution now requires the district to take a number of steps, including undergoing special training on racial harassment, keeping records of their responses, and conducting a climate survey at the middle and high schools. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 10 points now at 42,002. The NASDAQ is up 59 points. The S&P is up 5. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
And that's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally. It's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at Physical. Physical. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-580-7766. 800-580-7766. That's 800-580-7766.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
Putting on the uniform after being sidelined? What a feeling. You've spent hours icing, stretching, rehabbing, and now AHN Sports Medicine has you back on the field. Your injury is a distant memory, your speed back in full force, and your ball skills have never looked so good. You're back at your best. Maybe better than your best. Go next level at ahn.org/sportsmed.
PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. To do this, they're implementing their community benefits plan that focuses on affordable home lending, small business loans, and employee volunteerism, and creating other opportunities to give back on a local level. They're proud to be part of the Pittsburgh community. See how PNC Bank can make a difference for you at pnc.com/our commitments. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. The construction zone lane restrictions on 28 southbound near the Highland Park Bridge are moving along okay, not causing some of the heavier delays that they were earlier there. Once you clear all of that, things roll well till you get down past Millvale, and then you might have some stop-and-go traffic at times past the 40th and 31st Street Bridge intersections there. Parkway West inbound is bunching at the Banksville on-ramp as you head for the Fort Pitt tunnels, and you're lining up between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels, making your way inbound on 376. A daylight lane restriction will greet you this week traveling the Smithfield Street Bridge between downtown and the south side. Crews are working there daily until about 3 p.m. It'll be a single lane on that southbound side of the span. Traffic will be maintained in both directions. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
More sun than clouds for the rest of today and pleasantly warm this afternoon, high 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Traffic brought to you by Friendship Village of South Hills. Support comes from Friendship Village of South Hills, a resort-style senior living community providing hospitality to Pittsburgh residents in search of stability, new connections, and new adventures. More information at friendshipvillagepa.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, we've reached the end of the week. Let's go. Friday, we get ready for the weekend. Oh, Steelers, Cowboys. How about that? We'll talk about that a little bit for sure. 2 to 6 today and every day. Colin Dunlap, right here, KDK.
I got a couple of serious questions to ask my new best friend from Pitt. Natalie, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Natalie Silverman. Is she there? Why can't I see her? Oh, there's Natalie. Where are you at?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm just in my bedroom.
Oh, where do you live?
I live in South Oakland.
Do you like it?
I love it.
How far are you from campus?
I usually give myself like 15 minutes to walk to Kathy.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
My daughter is in one of the sororities, and as you know, they have those beautiful sorority houses actually in the dorms. They're actually really cool.
I lived in it last year.
Oh, did you? Which one?
Yeah, it's awesome. The suites.
Which sorority?
AE5.
Nice. I mean, they're it's actually kind of shocking because you don't expect something that cool in a dorm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you can't tell from the outside.
You really can't. Full kitchen, living rooms.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then my daughter Sophia says, we found a nice house. I said, how far from campus? It's ironic that I have Natalie here because my daughter said about 15 minutes. I just think that's too far. I think that 15 minutes is the kind of the line when you wake up and it's 4 degrees and you're thinking, 15 minutes is it too far, Natalie?
I mean, the thing is, I have a smile on my face right now because it hasn't been bad weather.
Yep.
So nothing has made me want to stay in my bedroom and not walk 15 minutes to class yet.
But
yeah.
It's too far.
It's a little far.
Yeah.
Me and my friends were getting a little sick of the walk.
Yep. I'm going to tell her that. That's why I love you. Because then she sent me a note last night and said that they found a place like 5 minutes away. Look, what you said is so relevant. That's why I love having you here because your insight's so cool. Everything's about proximity. And it doesn't matter until it does. And what I'm saying is when it's 3 degrees and it's January 4th, Natalie ain't walking because I say 15 minutes is 20 minutes when it's that cold. and it's irritating, so you end up blowing off class, and that's not cool either. All right, I got to ask you something serious, and I know you'll know this. So because now I have students at Pitt, and I have friends whose kids are all at Pitt and other colleges in the area.
Yeah.
Girls are now, and I hadn't heard this, quite frankly, in years. Girls are now worried about getting roofied at parties to the point where they'll only drink beers, and you tell me if you're hearing this, they will only drink beers now, and I'm not saying this is Pitt, this is all over America, and I'm hearing these stories now, that you only drink beer if it's a beer in a can, and you're very careful about anything you drink that comes in a glass. Is that fair? Is that happening? Have you heard this?
It's definitely fair. And I've definitely seen, too, in the past 3 years, an uptick in more frats, like supplying closed cans rather than just, say, jungle juice.
Yeah. And, Natalie, I'm an old guy, but for the life of me, I can't wrap my arms around how the hell, because if you're going to a college like Pitt and or Carnegie Mellon, because some of this stuff is being reportedly happening on these campuses, you got to be pretty damn smart to get into either school, do you not?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah.
You have me a Pitt student sitting here, of course,
Right on.
obviously.
And Natalie, to imagine that smart kids are dumb enough to commit a felony, because this is a felony, to put a roofie into a girl's drink, to try to get her drunk, to take advantage of her, that's some scary stuff, is it not?
Yeah, it's incredibly scary.
So what is it? Is it a fad now? And I hate even that word. How the hell does this come up again? Can you explain it all?
You know, unfortunately, I don't know why it happens. And I know of a few people at bars in Oakland that have gotten roofied, unfortunately.
Yes.
Which is really scary because you want to go to these places and of course you want to have a good time, but you always have to have that in the back of your mind, which is terrifying.
Hold on. So for people who don't know, because they might not, tell our listeners, I love having you here because you know this stuff. You're so good at adapting to my questions. What does it mean to be roofied so people understand?
Oh, I mean, you know, let's say someone slips something into your drink so that maybe at first you just think, oh, I'm super intoxicated from the alcohol, but then you start to feel, okay, something isn't right. And then said person would usually take advantage of you. Or if you have very good friends, they would notice and get you out of the situation and call an ambulance. Because if you were roofied, you need to call 911.
And just so you know this, I wouldn't just pull this out of my you-know-what. I've been kind of doing this a while, and I've been hearing this. And she confirms my worst fear that, because I'd heard that this is happening at some of the bars in Oakland.
Yeah.
To imagine that these predators, and Natalie, I think they're predators, if they're carrying around illegal drugs, and they're trying to drug young women in order to take advantage of them, that's a felony, and they could kill someone, could they not?
Absolutely, they could kill someone.
Man.
You don't know where they're getting those drugs, and who knows what could be in them.
Look, I'm not suggesting this is happening all the time.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's actually pretty rare. But my warning is to grandparents out there and parents out there, and at the end of the day, you got to be careful.
Yeah, just be careful. Cover your drink. Don't leave it unattended. Just be vigilant, That's what you got to do.
Samantha, jump in here. What are you trying to say? I'm confused. I apologize.
So, Natalie, I don't know if you've heard of this. So I'm a little bit older. I'm 25. I graduated from, I went to IUP, which is a little bit less difficult to get into.
Still.
But, it's still college. And this was a thing when I was in college. And I just sent Marty a picture of this. I don't know if you've heard of Nightcap. They're like the scrunchies. They sell scrunchies that are also drink covers.
Whoa.
For women to take to bars.
Really?
Which is...
Oh, wow, I'm looking at it right now.
Have you heard of this, Natalie?
I've never heard of
We've seen this on TikTok. Honestly, I find it really... it's a very good idea. I find it really sad.
It is sad.
But they're just scrunchies you can wear on your wrist, and they convert into, like, drink covers that, like, you can put on your drink so no one can slip anything into them. Which is really sad. They're really useful, I think. It's almost like having to carry pepper spray or, like,
I get it.
But I find that really interesting that that's a market because it is... It's so easy for someone to slip something in your drink.
But to your point, Samantha, it's sad that this is where we're at.
Yeah, that women have to shell out $30 to pay for these,
Right?
So they don't get roofied and drugged and passed out and taken advantage of.
I was telling my wife last night, Natalie, I don't know who the hell raises a son that somehow in his mind thinks it's okay to give a girl an illegal drug to get her so high she doesn't know what she's doing that he can rape her. Who the hell raises that kid? Seriously.
It's disgusting.
And it's a culture. I think it's a culture thing, and I think it's a power thing as well. I think it's this idea that men have this power over women that they can control. You know what I mean? I also think that's a part of it, Natalie. I mean, you can...
Scares the hell out of me, honestly.
I agree.
And Samantha, when you say it's a culture thing, what do you mean?
I mean, rape culture. I mean, the idea of just, that's just how he is. That's just what, and the music and everything like that. I mean, it's a whole... I mean, Natalie, obviously, probably, as a young woman, I think it is obviously getting better, but even I was at IUP a few years ago. I'm a little bit older, but we had fraternities on campus that I'm like, I'm not going there. I'm not taking that risk.
Oh yeah, we have those.
Yeah,
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know.
What do you mean, Natalie, you have those? What's that mean?
I think there's just a few fraternities that have a bit of a reputation.
Yeah. Yep.
For giving girls roofies.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about fraternities at IUP, and I'm sure you've heard the same at Pitt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And some fun nicknames for some fraternities.
Yeah, it's like, even though they might not be true, it's like, as women, we're not going to take that risk.
Exactly.
I swear if my son, obviously he's 13, if I heard that, that would be his last day in school. I would burn the house down. I would implode. Whew. Natalie, you're amazing. And I love your info. I love your insight. I love your honesty. And you gave me some info about my daughter. And you told me the truth about living 15 minutes away, and I love hearing that, too.
No, living in South Oakland's awesome, though, and I really recommend it.
Yeah, that's where she's looking. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Natalie.
Yeah,
thank you. We'll talk to you next week. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. It's pretty tame around the roads right now. It gives me a chance to talk about where you can expect what PennDOT is calling significant delays for your weekend. This is around road work that was supposed to happen on eastbound Interstate 70 in Washington County last weekend, but they're setting it up for tomorrow, Saturday the 5th, from 7 p.m. through Monday, October 7th at 6 a.m. Only one lane will be open on eastbound I-70 between the exit 18 North Junction with Pittsburgh and the exit number 20 for Bow Street. You are asked to plan accordingly to get through the expected delays there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This traffic report brought to you by NJM Insurance. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
A single cloud can weigh 550 tons. A sports car fits inside a hippo's mouth. NJM Insurance puts policyholders first. Seems unbelievable, but it's all true and approved by legal. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com for a quote.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
UPMC saved my life. It's just the truth. And when I had cancer. And now they prolong my life. Seriously. I have been in what's called swallow therapy. I had choked 4 times. Heimlich maneuver 4 times. Now, nothing. Now, clear path. Now, I feel safe and secure. with the therapy I received at UPMC. It's an amazing place. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
This is Larry Richard. Once again, we'll honor 5 individuals doing extraordinary things in the Pittsburgh community during our Hometown Heroes event on October 8th. Our Lifetime Achievement honoree is former Pirates manager, Hall of Famer Jim Leland.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you in part by North Shore Tavern and Mike's Beer Bar, Phase 4 Learning Center, McGuire Memorial, Performance Food Service, AquaGuard, JP Roofing and Siding, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, Ryan's Wings, and by News Radio KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Can we fix our nation's broken heart?
Stevie's going on tour?
Yes, I am, to sing your song as we fix our nation's broken heart. Like the fool I went and stayed too long.
Coming October 8th to PPG Paints Arena.
You can feel it.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Wonder Productions. Promoted by AEG Presents and Free Lunch.
Summers in Pittsburgh are great, but you don't want to spend it painting, so do what Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint. And the crew?
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and that would be the way to go.
And here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You know what's the best French toast? I'm serious. Oakmont Bakery. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They have crepes or crepes. They're unbelievable. I swear they fill them with mascarpone. Did I say unbelievable? I guarantee this. Oakmont Bakery, the Oakmont Bakery, has the best breakfast you'll ever eat in your life. Delicious.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'll tell you what. There's a reason why I brought that up with Natalie. The story about the roofies. There's been some things happening and scared me, and she confirmed my fears. And what Samantha said really troubles me, because Samantha's right. She has great instincts, and that there's this culture, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Anyway, I'm going to keep my rage to myself, but someone could get killed. Literally, dead.
And people have. I mean.
Like she said, girls have to go to the hospital in an ambulance.
This isn't a new thing by any means.
Hold on. Man. Nancy, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hi, Marty. I want to tell you this roofie thing is nothing new. My mother was born in 1907, and her brother told her, never leave a drink untended.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell was that about?
I don't know. I don't know what they would put in them back
you've heard this. She slipped her a Mickey. You've heard this back in the day.
Yeah, she was born in 1907.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
Thank you, darling.
Thank God her brother told her, you know.
I agree. No, it just hacks me off, though. I'm really angry about this. Sean, go ahead, brother. Sean, sorry, my fault. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, it's Sean. I said, you know why I like you so much? Because you tell it like it is, whether it's correct or not. You mentioned about Casey never coming to. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is KDKA Radio the oldest radio station in America?
In the world. First in the world.
In the world. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is the second largest city in the state of Pennsylvania. So for a senator to show up to KDKA Radio is disrespect.
Hold on, because everybody thinks I'm far left or far right. No, I just picked the truth, and the truth is, Sean, we've been up here in these new studios in Greentree for 8 years, almost 9. He's never been, and you could say he doesn't like me, and I would say fine. He's never been in these studios, sir, ever, not once.
You know, I was excited about Oz possibly getting elected because the girl world famous, and you got a guy like Senator Manchin, Byrd before him.
I like Manchin.
But you got even Lindsey Graham. Some of these people, they're players, they're involved. But yeah, Casey's a ghost until election. But the other thing on the roofie thing.
Yeah.
I was in the military. And by the way, that's called AWOL when somebody that's serving our country as an elected official and they don't show up to KDKA or any other radio station.
Well,
but
hold on.
The other thing
I got McCormick coming up next. He came up with the best name ever. Called him Punxsutawney Bob, which actually was hysterical. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I respected his dad. He lost 3 times and then he won for governor. But back on the roofie thing, men get roofied too. I believe I was roofied, and
I apologize because you're right. You're right.
And it caused me to have a DUI. So some people are diabolical, and maybe they want to get you into some kind of trouble. I actually got a DUI. I mean, it was a first-time thing. It was okay. Nobody got hurt or anything. Right. But I was never so wiped out in my life, and I couldn't figure out what happened. But, men can get raped as well. That didn't happen to me, thank God. But, I got a daughter in college, and thank you for the wake-up call.
Where at? Hold on. Where at?
Seton Hill.
Hill. Nice school.
She's going to be a PA, a really smart girl.
Whoa.
But
that's that's hard to be, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that it's just a wake-up call. Thank you for reminding.
It is, man.
All
you got to tell her.
Students, you can get roofied out, men or women. More so women for sure.
I don't want to get personal because I could, but I can't right now. But it's happening on that campus, and it scares the hell out of me. Thank you, man. One of the best calls of the day. If his daughter's becoming a physician's assistant, that's a very, 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 very smart young lady. And I have 2 nieces. My sister, Sandy Trusser, her daughters have plans or intentions to become. Anna is, I think, starting physician's assistant school, I think, at Pitt, which is insanely hard to get into. I think she starts here in the next month or so, and we're damn proud of her. And her other daughter, Sarah, who's in Seattle as a nurse, I think she has intentions to do it too. They save lives, man, and they work their butts off, and I love them to death. Great info about the roofies, though. Thank you, Samantha. Very insightful.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors, Saturdays at 1. Beth talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen every Saturday afternoon at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Firm offers insurance services. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535 or biglou.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 74 and sunny at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen.
Campaign 2024, the race for the White House.
Well, the Democratic and Republican presidential candidates are campaigning in battleground states today. Vice President Kamala Harris is making stops in Michigan, including Detroit and Flint. Tomorrow, there's a Harris rally in Saginaw. Former President Donald Trump will campaign in Georgia today, and he'll have a town hall in Fayetteville, North Carolina tonight. Tomorrow, he returns to Butler for a rally expected to draw a crowd in the tens of thousands. Elon Musk says he'll be there. Next week, former President Barack Obama will campaign in Pittsburgh for Kamala Harris. Well, between the Trump rally and other events, it may be hard to find a hotel room in certain areas this weekend. Butler County hotels are sold out, and also in parts of Mercer County. Stacy Glenn manages Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn Express, and Candlewood Suites in Grove City. All three are booked solid due to visiting college football teams, seasonal tourism, and
2 different weddings as well this weekend, which typically we have weddings every weekend, May through October. And then we have seen a last-minute push from the Secret Service, so we don't have anything left.
2 Chinese tour buses had already booked rooms as well. Glenn says there are also demand for rooms from Steelers fans who can't find a hotel in the city. Republican Dave McCormick, Democrat Bob Casey debated the issues last night in Harrisburg in the Pennsylvania U.S. Senate race. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
Their U.S. Senate race is one of the costliest in this election. The first question was whether they were willing to send American troops to help Israel in its war with Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Iran. Both said not right now, but agreed the U.S. should support Israel. Here's challenger Dave McCormick.
It's the closest ally in the Middle East. It's the closest ally, one of the closest in the world. The problem is that we haven't been standing enough with Israel.
Incumbent Bob Casey.
We've got to back up Israel and make sure that Israel has the resources it needs to fight against the Iranians.
When asked if the government should block the sale of U.S. steel, both said yes. Other topics included immigration, taxes on foreign imports, and fracking. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The union representing 45,000 striking dock workers at more than 36 ports has reached a deal to suspend a 3-day strike. CBS's Christopher Cruz has more.
The tentative deal gives the two sides until January 15th to reach a new 6-year contract. The longshoremen will go back to work immediately, working to clear the backlog of container ships that have been anchored off ports for days. Ports were effectively closed when the dock workers walked off the job.
A person briefed on the agreement said the ports sweetened their wage offer from about a 50% raise over 6 years to 62%. About 200 protesters blocked traffic last night at the intersection of 5th Avenue and Bigelow Boulevard near Pitt's Cathedral of Learning. Demonstrators opposed to Israel's limited ground operation in Lebanon marched from the Carnegie Museum of Art to Forbes Avenue. The anti-Israel protest took place during Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 141 points at 42,153. The Nasdaq up 134. The S&P up 26 points. KDKA Sports, the KDK Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Peters at Moon. Our coverage starts with the Swart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, making life better, one roof at a time. Trust PJ.com. And by Julian Gray Associates. Avoid mistakes and protect your assets at GrayElderLaw.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. 74 and sunny in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Go back in time at Ian Miller Antique Mall in Verona, where you can save 20% through October 15th at their fall sale. Get your antique appraised from the Road Antiquer October 6th from noon to 3 p.m., $5 per appraisal. Then browse 4 floors of antiques from over 100 vendors with new items added daily. Ian Miller Antique Mall at 614 East Railroad Avenue, Verona. Open Tuesday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Save at Ian Miller Antique Mall. Call 412-828-3288 and like them on Facebook.
Friday night football games, they're full of big moments. But those moments are made possible by the hard work and countless hours put in behind the scenes. That goes for every sport. As Western PA's premier sports facility, M7 Sports Pittsburgh offers 40,000 square feet of courts, turf, and fitness spaces for athletes to train, play, and grow their game so they're ready to own the moment when it comes. For M7 Sports Pittsburgh membership details, visit m7sports.agency today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
More sun than clouds for the rest of today and pleasantly warm this afternoon, high 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Marty Griffin. I did watch the entire debate last night, McCormick and Casey. I actually enjoyed it. I watched it with my wife. She enjoyed it too. I don't want to be rude about this, but I enjoyed it more than the presidential debate, and I'll tell you why. It was boom, 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 boom. And I got to be honest, the guy out of Harrisburg, I don't know him. He must be a local icon, and I think his name was Dave. He moved it along, man. He did a hell of a job. And this is very important stuff. And I love that fact. Samantha, did you find it? You have it? No. We're looking for it. Play a couple of the sound bites from last night. Patrick, did you have it? Did you send it to her? Someone? I want to play it for Dave. But anyway, go ahead. Play a couple of these bites, then we're going to grab Dave McCormick. He's on the line.
So let's face it, Bob, you are a liberal. And this is not the Bob Casey you elected for office 30 years ago.
First of all, Dennis, prices are too high, especially when you go to the grocery store to buy food or household items, items that people need every week or at least every other week. And these big conglomerates, these big corporations, rig those prices and jack them up to levels we've never seen, all while they were getting record profits. That's greedflation. We can take it on by passing a price gouging bill to go after those companies, hold them accountable. I'll argue with your premise. It's not price controls. It's investigating companies that are engaged in price gouging.
All right, that's
you
enough.
have to go into court.
That's silly. And Casey's not doing that. And this stupid shrinkflation thing he's talking about, there is no way in hell the federal government's going to go into Giant Eagle and say, this big box only has a small aluminum foil bag of chips inside it. And if they are, we got too much friggin' free time. That just annoyed me. And I wanted to grab This isn't about me. It's about Dave McCormick and Bob Casey. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, Marty. How are you, man?
Did a hell of a job last night, as if you need my approval. You did a hell of a job. You were prepared. You were spot on. And how do you feel, sir?
I feel great. You know, it was one of these opportunities to lay out my vision for the Pennsylvania, the kind of leadership I can bring as a business guy, an outsider, someone who's been a West Point grad and a combat vet, and contrast it with a guy who is a career politician, someone who has never stood up and showed strength when we needed it, shown only weakness, and voted for a set of extreme liberal policies. And, you know, this was a chance for him to defend his record, and he didn't want to defend his record because he doesn't have one. And instead, he wanted to attack me, which is what his campaign's been about. So it's more opportunity to sort of present myself and get people in Pennsylvania to get to know me.
You made it clear, and I agree with you. In my world, it's a clear choice. Either you want what you have or you want something different. Is that fair?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it's status quo versus change.
Yeah.
This guy has been at the scene of the crime for all the problems we got. Sky-high prices, you know, a wide-open border, a fentanyl crisis, a war on fossil fuels. This guy has voted for things that have led to those bad outcomes. So if Pennsylvanians think we're in a good place, they should probably vote for Bob Casey. If they think we need change, then I'm respectfully asking for their vote.
Yeah, before I play my favorite soundbite from last night, which had me laughing my butt off, are you going tomorrow? Will you be at the Trump rally?
Yes, sir. I'll be there. As you know, I was at the last Butler rally, and I'll be there and have a chance to speak to the crowd. And I think it's an important way for the president to circle back and, you know, if he would like to say, finish his speech.
Will you be right beside the president again?
I don't know exactly where I'll be, but I suspect I'll be sitting pretty close to wherever he is.
It's interesting, Dave. We had Mike Kelly on about an hour ago, and he was angry. The Secret Service is ignoring him. They won't talk to him. They're punishing him for pointing out the truth. Have you had any pushback from the Secret Service, sir?
You know, I haven't, but I haven't been involved with interacting with him. But I think what's clear is that there needs to be accountability. That is an organization that is failing, not just at Butler, but in the subsequent attempt on the president's life. And we've got to get to the root causes of that, which Mike Kelly's leading the charge. And we've got to make sure that, God forbid, none of our nominees or our candidates, our former presidents, should be at risk. It would have been catastrophic if Trump had been killed, and we got to make sure they're all safe.
I don't give a damn who you are. You can't put people at risk. There's no way. I want to play something that I love. Listen, please.
Senator Casey keeps coming back to my record because he can't defend his own. He can't defend his own on China. He's been in the Senate for 18 years. Ask yourself, where's his legislation get tough on China? Oh, it just came up a couple months ago. That's what happened. My mom's from Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney Bob pops his head out every 6 years and tries to act like he's doing things. This activity, it's all activity. He said on the LNG export ban that President Biden put in place, you know what he did to stop that? He sent a stern letter. That's what we have in this senator. A guy who keeps his head down, pops it up for political benefit, and gets nothing done.
We're out of time.
Hey, Dave, I've said this on this show. We've been in these damn studios 8 years. He's never even popped his head out to come in our studios. So Punxsutawney Bob fits the bill, does it not, sir?
It sure does, and I got real credibility on that because, as I said, mom's from Punxsutawney. But here's the thing: Pennsylvanians, they're pretty smart. You know, I think they ask themselves, "What's Bob Casey ever done for me? Is my life better because of Bob Casey?" Because, you know, they not only have to hire me for the job, which I'd be honored to have, they have to fire him. And so they've got to make sure they understand that he hasn't done much for them. And that's why my argument for a guy who's going to bring change and shake things up is a much more credible one.
You know what troubles me? Because I'm a successful guy. I'm not Dave McCormick successful, but that people resent that you're successful. I thought America was about the American dream. Creating wealth, creating opportunity, creating wealth for other people. Why are we supposed to feel that you're a bad guy or I'm a bad guy because you're successful or I'm successful? Explain that to me, Dave, because that was big last night for him.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to make it about. But I don't think Pennsylvanians will buy it. Listen, I'm proud of my career, proud of my life. I've been very, very, very fortunate, and I'm running because I want that for my kids, my 6 daughters, and for all of our kids. I want that same American dream, and that's what I want to fight for. And because I've been successful, I don't need anything. I'm not looking for anything other than the opportunity to serve. I've said I'll term limit myself after 2 terms and ride off into the sunset. Bob Casey has been in elected office for 30 years. This is how he has made his life. We paid him $6 million in total compensation, and what have we gotten for it? So this is an anti-business, anti-success senator, and I don't think Pennsylvanians will buy it. I've never met a single person on the trail that's resented my success. They just want to make sure they have their same opportunity for them and their kids.
I also don't give a damn if you have a place in Connecticut and you live there for a while. I just don't give a crap. You're from here. You went to West Point. This is where your heart is and your roots are. What I do give a damn about is he hasn't been here for 8 years. That matters, Dave. If he doesn't care about being on this platform, what does that say about whether he cares about the voters who are listening, Dave? Tell me.
Well, I don't think he wants to get tested. He wants to get challenged. You know, I'm ready to go into any room and talk to anybody. Listen, I'm running to represent all of Pennsylvanians. I know a lot of them aren't going to vote for me. I hope I get 50% plus one. But I'm running to represent everybody. And to represent everybody, you have to put yourself in a situation where you hear all the different views and figure out how you can best lead on behalf of our Commonwealth. Bob Casey doesn't want that. He's gotten lazy. He's not the same Bob Casey Pennsylvanians elected 30 years ago. He's moved very far to the left. He's not shown leadership. And I think he's just fat and happy and hasn't had to put himself in the ring, and I think he's irritated that he's finally getting tested and challenged.
Hey, you were 10 points down at one point. Now I'm seeing polls that say you're even, maybe a 2-point disparity. Why are people changing their minds about you?
About it. This is the Casey dynasty. But somebody asked me on TV the other day and said, "What about the Casey dynasty?" And I said, "You know the thing about dynasties? They all end." this one I think is about ready to end. And I think the more people get exposure to me, the more they see of Bob Casey, frankly. I think that's why the polls are closing. And I'm right where I want to be. I need to be. I've got the momentum. And, Marty, you know I'm a wrestler. I wrestled in college, wrestled in high school in Pennsylvania. Yep. And the thing I always knew, that if I could get into the third period within a point or two, I would win. And the reason is, in the third period, it has almost nothing to do with wrestling. It's about mental toughness. It's about heart. It's about staying in offense. And so I got 32 days, and I'm gonna go at it as hard as I possibly can. And I think when the dust settles, I'll be Pennsylvania's next senator. And if that's the case, I'd be honored to do that.
Dave McCormick, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time and appreciate you appearing. Whenever he never says no. It means a lot to this audience and to this marketplace. Thanks, Dave.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. He's a good guy. He does a hell of a job. And by the way, this is from a guy, me, who you say is sold out to the far left. Ha!
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Looking for an out-of-the-ordinary getaway? AAA presents Yellowstone in winter, a 5-night tour package to America's most famous national park and more. Trust us, winter is the absolute best time for viewing the park's spectacular wildlife and jaw-dropping natural wonders. And best of all, you can forget about any crowds. Fly into Salt Lake City for an ethereal concert by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Then travel to Yellowstone, board a comfy, cozy heated snow coach, and marvel at amazing buffalo herds, Old Faithful Geyser, Yellowstone River Falls, and more. See the snow-capped Grand Tetons and savor the Wild West spirit of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. You'll even sleigh ride through an elk refuge. You also have an opportunity for an optional snowmobile excursion. Join them this winter. They offer 4 dates, January 18th or 25th and February 1st or 8th. Visit AAA or call 1-800-354-8761.
Hey, guys, it's Marty. I've been friends with Rob Pierce, Robert Pierce and Associates, for nearly 20 years. We have established a relationship about law, about protecting folks, about fighting for people for a long, long time. Last week, I'm talking to Rob at Robert Pierce and Associates about these diet drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. Look, now folks are having serious side effects from these drugs. Throwing up, nausea, horrible, horrible side effects. And Rob Pierce and Associates, they've been at this 40 years. They're ready to take on these lawsuits. They're ready to fight for you. They have the experts. They have the free consultation ready to go. They have the experience in these cases. And look, I've seen it. They work, and they work hard. 412-281-7229. Rob Pierce, Robert Pierce, and Associates.
Water damage to your home or business? Don't know what to do next? At ServiceMaster of Greater Pittsburgh, we do. Demand the yellow van.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Great October savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. USDA Choice boneless New York strip steaks, $9.99 a pound. Extra large slicing tomatoes, $1.29 a pound. And plain or garlic Eckrich bologna, $3.99 a pound. Come see us at Coons.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Former Marine Corps pilot, retired Lieutenant Colonel Rob Schroeder founded the company Steerbridge. And after being awarded a VA technology contract, his team radically improved the way veterans receive education benefits.
There's a benefit provided to veterans via the VA, and we took a process that normally took 30 to 45 days for an approval to get your certificate of eligibility. It's now a button click. So we like to say from 30 days to 30 seconds, you get your certificate of eligibility, which is just then enables you to go to a school and apply using your GI Bill benefits. Eminently proud of that benefit that we're able to deliver.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That takes a long time. Hello, Marty Griffin. I got to grab my man. We're talking about football here. Anthony, my brother, love hearing from you, man. Jump in here.
Well, one good thing about the United States of America, we can endorse whomever we want. We can say we're going to vote for these people. We can even say we like them. I'm going to vote for
excellent point.
I'm going to vote for Casey, and here's why.
Yeah.
McCormick, when he was ran in the primary, well, I think it was in 22 when Dr. Oz and all those folks, Trump's called him every name under the sun, called him a coward, called him disloyal. But now, Mr. Tough Guy Wrestler, to get Trump's support, bowed at his altar to get the support.
Yeah, but I see it in the office every day. I could care less. I like the way he thinks about business and opportunity versus Casey, who, my man, of all people, there is no one in this marketplace that I trust more with information than Anthony. We actually end up being twin sons of different mothers. And the thing about Casey is, and I don't know why this doesn't aggravate you, man, we've been here almost 9 years. He's never been, ever been in these studios. What's that say about his commitment to the region, brother?
That says he doesn't like KDKA. I don't know, but here's what...
No, it doesn't. Come on, Anthony. You're a smart man.
No.
He's never here, and I asked around. He doesn't do many events here. He's not engaged in Western Pennsylvania. So I don't care about him if he doesn't care about me and or you.
Okay, well, here I'm going to say this very clearly.
Yeah.
If you support Donald Trump, I want your audience to hear this, a man who tried to a coup attempt of this country's constitution, I can never support you. And if you support him, then you don't love this country. It's just really just that simple.
Well, you're changing the narrative because I agree with you there, too.
I'm not changing the narrative. I've already told you. Casey doesn't support Trump. So that's good enough for me.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. You're my man. That's why I love him. I love everybody's opinion. We disagree, but Anthony's my man. Speaking of Trump, you got to play the thing he did last night about the juice. Samantha, do you have that? You got to play this just as a favor to me. The juice thing about wind, remember? This is so good. It's just so
You're not
weird.
going to do it through wind. The wind isn't blowing, darling. Let's turn on the television. Let's try it anyway. I want to see President Trump make a speech tonight. No, darling, the wind isn't blowing. We have no juice in the house. We have no juice.
Please play it again, just for my gratification.
You're not going to do it through wind. The wind isn't blowing, darling. Let's turn on the television. Let's try it anyway. I want to see President Trump make a speech tonight. No, darling, the wind isn't blowing. We have no juice in the house. We have no juice.
Really? So let's just use the old coal fire plants, Donald. All right, one more. I make a big deal out of this, and if you listen, you understand. If you care for people, I care for you. This is real simple with me. If you don't care about people, I don't care about you. It's as if she heard me. Liz Cheney, who you consider a traitor, but she's out in the campaign trail, which is kind of wild, with Kamala Harris. Listen to what she said about Trump. It's as if she was listening to me yesterday. Listen.
I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. There is not an ounce of compassion in Donald Trump. He is petty, he is vindictive, and he is cruel. And Donald Trump is not fit to lead this good and great nation.
My thing about what she said, take the other stuff aside, there's not an ounce of compassion in Donald Trump. And that troubles me because I agree. As opposed to my man Anthony, who's just on the phone. There's no one more compassionate. Anthony would do anything to help anybody. And regarding McCormick's alliance with Trump, so what? So what? That's the way this plays out. They're both Republicans. And in a really tight race, McCormick has closed the gap from 10 points, depending on which poll you look at, between 2 and 4 points, depending on which. It's going to be an insanely tight race, and he's going to need Trump if he's going to win. And that's the way it is. Doesn't make him a bad guy. Actually, for me personally, I have no issues with anyone voting for whomever they want to vote for. I'm just telling you that if you care about people, I care about you. If you don't care about people, I don't care about you. And she nailed it. Trump does not have an ounce of compassion. Not an ounce.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope.
TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team as they celebrate National Noodle Day with delicious pasta recipes. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 72 degrees at Pittsburgh at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. A woman is dead and a man is wounded after an overnight shooting in Duquesne. 911 was notified around 2:45 this morning about the shooting on the 1000 block of Orchard Park Avenue. First responders found the woman dead inside a residence along with a wounded man who was taken to a hospital in stable condition. Detectives say an unidentified person entered the home and shot them both. The Secret Service is expecting as many as 60,000 people to attend Donald Trump's campaign rally at the Butler Farm Show tomorrow, the very site of the first assassination attempt against him. Some residents of Butler have security concerns about the huge crowds. Chaley, who works right behind the farm show grounds, called into the Big K Morning Show, telling fill-in host Michael Bartley.
There's a lot of people worried about it. My boss actually called the police on the car that was parked at the farm show grounds, and here it was the Secret Service.
It was a Secret Service car?
Yeah, we were calling on them.
Security manpower is expected to be in the hundreds. The rally begins at 5 p.m. Skies will be clear tonight, giving people in the Pittsburgh area a chance to see the northern lights. Here's News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen.
Also known as Aurora Borealis, the northern lights are the result of a geomagnetic storm.
So you get the charged particles from the sun getting spewed towards Earth. It hits the upper atmosphere and turns into a pretty cool light display.
KDKA TV meteorologist Ray Pedalin says there's a chance of seeing the phenomenon tonight.
It's always just a chance because you need a lot of things to go right. You need enough of those particles. You need them to be in the right spot, and you need them to be at the right timing at night so you can see them.
Ray suggests using your cell phone's night photography mode. Point the camera to the north and take a wide-angle shot. Any luminescent colors will show you where to look. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is 91 points higher, the Nasdaq is up 110 points, and the S&P 500 is higher by 17. KDKA Radio News Time 12:31. Our next update's at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey folks, Marty here. Amazing offer right now at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Ready? Free motorization on any Hunter Douglas shade, shutter or blind. Unheard of sale. 1 week by my girl Lisa and her team at Nest Expression. Act now. Save hundreds, if not thousands, on free motorization. And you can combine this with tax credits and rebates that are running throughout Hunter Douglas. 724-933-5500 or nestexpressions.com.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. So many of you have told me about your plans for the future. Starting a business, buying a home, retiring near your grandchildren, but prices are too high. So let me tell you what I will do about it as president. I will take on price gouging. I will lower the cost of health care insurance. We cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. I'm running to do that for everyone. And I will provide new down payment assistance to first-time home buyers and tax benefits to people who want to start their own business. Donald Trump, well, he wants to give more tax breaks to the wealthy, whereas I will cut taxes for the middle class instead. Because I know working people want to do more than just get by. You want to get ahead, and that's the future you deserve. And that is what I will focus on every day as your president. Paid for by Harris for President.
So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our estate, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine, a few clouds, and pleasantly warm this afternoon with a high of 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, though 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, or bloating, then your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver to detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, we've reached it. End of the week. Let's go. Friday, we get you ready for the weekend. Oh, Steelers, Cowboys. How about that? We'll talk about that a little bit for sure. 2 to 6 today and every day. Colin Dunlap right here, KDK.
Steelers, thinking about whether or not to go to the game. If I go, the way it works now is if you care about my schedule. We go to sleep about 10, and I wake up at 5 this morning, 4:30. I go downstairs, I read everything, and then I post a bunch of stuff, and then I work out. So I get down to the workout area about 6:30. If I go to that game, the game ends, what do you think, 8:20, 11? Home probably 11:45. I don't know. Who cares? You know, I care about Dr. Jess. What's up, sister?
Hi, Marty.
Dr. Jess Nolan, who I love, who's the best physical therapist I've ever met, who made it so much easier for me to get around after having major balance issues from chemotherapy and radiation. So I have a specific question. This guy calls me, and I don't know if you know the answer to this. This just came to me. So this guy has all this hand pain from various ailments and treatments and arthritis, and and he can't golf, and he's losing his mind because he can't use his hands anymore, which, by the way, would be depressing if you were a golfer, Jess. Is that something that you can work on? Is that something you can work with? Is that something that therapy can help? I don't know. I apologize for dumping this on you, but you know everything.
Oh, well, thank you. You're going to inflate my ego, Marty.
No, I love her.
100% we can help with that.
Oh.
Pain is not a normal part of aging. I know a lot of people, think that it's normal. You go to the orthopedic doctor, you go to anyone, and they tell you that you're bone on bone and that you have arthritis, or this is just a normal part of aging. Pain is not a lifestyle. Pain is not a normal part of aging. Pain is your body's way to tell you that something is wrong. And physical therapy, especially us at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers of Monroeville, can really help with the reduction and prevention of pain.
So again, not to be redundant or idiotic, but even hand pain.
Even hand pain. I actually just did an evaluation on someone yesterday, has very similar circumstance to this. He's having trouble holding a guitar pick because he used to be a musician. So he can't hold a guitar pick because he's having pain and numbness in his hand. He's not able to, hold, utensils the same way that he used to. So we're using some of our great innovative pain modalities here to help with the reduction of that. And our Neuro Reboot that we utilize is one of the great things that we have here that's not available in other therapy clinics.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is that gizmo that has kind of electrodes on it that you can actually use that to help with pain in the hands?
Yes, we can use that for pain in the hands, pain in the back, honestly, any kind of pain. And I know a lot of our patients come in and they talk about, I get that done at, my doctor's office. Well, our specific Neuro Reboot that we have, we are the closest clinic in Pittsburgh that has this device. This is specific to us in Monroeville at Physical. The next closest location is in Butler, PA, that has this device. And it helps us to reprogram the nervous system, and it allows you to heal faster. It's actually used by professional athletic teams and collegiate athletic teams.
Yeah, I think I've seen it actually in some of the NFL teams where I was a reporter and covered them. Okay, so you said something I think is actually really profound. People think, I'm old, I have pain, I'll just take Advil and deal with it. You don't have to accept pain as a part of getting old or an injury that I can't get over, do you?
You do not have to accept that, and that's what we strive for here too, is telling people to take health into their own hands. We take a holistic approach to treating someone. If you have pain, that's your body's way of saying that there's something wrong going on, and that's not normal. We want everyone to live their best life. I know they call, the last decades of your life the golden years, but I have so many people telling me that it's not the golden years because they're in pain.
Wow.
So do something about it. Make them the golden years. Don't make them the painful and suffering years.
Dr. Jess Nolan from Physical in Monroeville. Now, on the live stream, you can see the number, but Jess, tell us how to get in touch with you the best way.
You can give us a call at 412-457-8200. And I was discussing with my patients this week what they want. I told them I was going to talk to Marty. Yeah. And I said, what should I get people to know in Pittsburgh and that listen to Marty? And they really want people to know that we provide direct one-on-one patient care. So I've had patients who come in and told me that they've gone to 10 physical therapy clinics in the past and haven't had the relief that they've gotten here. So I encourage everyone to give us a call, whether you have pain, balance issues. We would love to take care of you and help you love your life. Again, the phone number is 412-457-8200.
My boy Billy's listening. One of his good friends had this golf issue with his hands. I hope he calls, Billy, because I'm telling you, Dr. Jess can hook you up. Dr. Jess Nolan, thanks, my friend. You're the best.
Thank you, Marty. Billy, have him call me.
Yeah, he will. She's right about several things. I've had physical therapy at several different facilities around the region. Not one of them had her expertise. Not one of them had the equipment, and not one of them had the kindness. It's kind of wild. They're just like family. They really love what they're doing, and they make a difference. I've had a bunch of friends go there, and it works, man. It works really well. Before I forget, my boy JK opened his restaurant. And JK is the restaurant king of Oakmont. Why is he the restaurant king? He owns 6. He owns 6 restaurants that are open in Oakmont. He has 3 more that he's going to open. 9. Thus, the restaurant king. So he opened this joint, what is today? Friday. He opened this joint Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Called Michael A's. If you live in Oakmont, you're an Oakmont person, you know Michael A's. Old school Italian. This is new. Brand new, completely gutted, gorgeous. I'm biased because I like JK and he's one of my boys. However, it was some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. JK's the man. Michael A's in Oakmont. Michael A's in Oakmont. Italian food. They have this insanely large oven, a pizza oven, insane pizza as well. And the best scallops I've ever eaten. I feel like eating them tonight, but I know if I go out there tonight, it's going to be packed, and I have no interest because I have no patience and no tolerance, and I can't handle it because I'm a child. All right. Remember, the truth here. What I love about this show is the folks that call me a far-left liberal who sold out to the far left, and I'm getting paid by the DNC and all that other crap. Yet we did a 20-minute interview with Dave McCormick. Huh? How'd that happen?
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter Trusted Pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/gutter to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/gutter. That's leaffilter.com/gutter.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
This is Larry Richard. Once again, we'll honor 5 individuals doing extraordinary things in the Pittsburgh community during our Hometown Heroes event on October 8th. Our Lifetime Achievement honoree is former Pirates manager, Hall of Famer Jim Leland.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you in part by Levin Furniture and Mattress, PNC, Centimark, Lamont Restaurant, Schneider Downs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, CASA of Westmoreland County, Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, AAA Travel, and by News Radio KDKA.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Today we have some exciting news for our 50-plus community here in Allegheny County. AARP Pennsylvania is teaming up with the Allegheny Land Trust this fall to offer a fantastic opportunity to explore the stunning outdoors right in your own backyard. And the best part, it's absolutely free. Joining us now to tell us more about this incredible initiative is Colleen Cadman, Associate State Director of Outreach with AARP Pennsylvania. Welcome, Colleen.
Thanks for having me, Lynn.
So, tell us, what can our listeners expect from this 50-plus free walking series?
Well, our walking series is specifically designed for those aged 50 and above who are looking to get out, get active, and connect with nature. Led by experienced educators from the Allegheny Land Trust, participants will explore some of the most beautiful landscapes in Allegheny County, all while enjoying moderate terrain and distances. Along the way, we'll take breaks to admire the local flora and fauna, truly immersing ourselves in the beauty of our natural surroundings.
Now, this sounds absolutely wonderful, and I understand there are several upcoming hikes. Could you share some of the details?
Of course. We have a variety of hikes scheduled, each offering a unique experience. Our first walk is this month, October 5th, at Wingfield Pines Conservation Area in Upper St. Clair. On October 18th, we're celebrating Halloween with a haunted history tour at Dead Man's Hollow Conservation Area in McKeesport. And finally, we'll be learning about phenology and outdoor research at Churchill Valley Greenway at Barking Slopes in Blackridge on November 9th.
So there's something for everyone. Now, how can listeners get involved?
It's simple. Space is limited, so interested individuals should register in advance at aarp.org/local. And before starting any fitness program, we always advise consulting with your physician or healthcare provider to ensure it's right for you.
It sounds great. Until next time, happy hiking.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-353-9057. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-353-9057. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-353-9057. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-353-9057. 800-353-9057 or biglou.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Toyota is tweaking its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, citing a highly politicized discussion around corporate DEI commitments. The company will also halt sponsorship of LGBTQ events. The note comes a week after an anti-DEI activist started a social media campaign against the company, calling for boycotts. We have a new second richest person in the world. Mark Zuckerberg has slipped past Jeff Bezos as shares of Meta Platforms continue to climb at just over $206 billion. The Bloomberg Billionaires Index says Zuckerberg is still about $50 billion behind number one, Elon Musk. You may have noticed something new alongside your online search results. Google is starting a wide rollout of ads that will show up within and alongside AI-generated summaries that appear at the top of some results. And Watches of Switzerland is buying Hodinkee, a U.S. watch enthusiast site backed by Tom Brady and LVMH. The British company is a top seller of Rolex watches in the country and a major retailer in the U.S. Kimberly Adams, Bloomberg Radio.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Tonight's supposed to be pizza night, and I want to try a new place. I went to Shuli's. Colin's ears perked up, man. Shuli's Pizza, down Oakland. I'm telling you, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm eating a Cliff Bar. Shuli's Pizza, down Oakland. They make the best Sicilian. That I'm telling you, ma'am. Man, Shuli's Pizza, Oakland. Man. Family run, man, and I'm telling you this is the thing about family that I love. It's a couple of brothers that run it, and Tim's one of my boys, and he's a young guy. He went to Central. He's in his 30s. He has 3 kids. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I was there on Friday night with my wife and Vince, and we had this insane pizza, and he has this big knee brace on, big. I was like, what's up, man? What's wrong with your leg? True story. So I say, what's going on with your leg, Tim? Marty, I tore my MCL, my ACL, and my meniscus. So his knee is jacked up. He's in a... Now, folks, you cannot work 14-hour days with your knee jacked up. You cannot. That's a bad knee injury. That has to have surgery. If I'm lying, I'm dying. But this guy works so hard with his brother, and they kick ass. And it's a family-run business, and they cannot and will not under any circumstance. Oh, wow. Patrick has a great picture up of it on the live stream, Shuli's Pizza in Oakland. He can't take off. So to heal properly from that kind of surgery, 3 months, 4 months. When you own a business with your brother and it's a pizza joint and you got to get there like 6 in the morning to make the dough, you can't take off 3 or 4 months. And I'm telling you, man, they make their own sauce, homemade every day, their own dough. I get nothing out of this other than the satisfaction of telling you it's friggin' delicious. Shuli's, Oakland. And they fight the city all the time and developers and traffic, and they kill it. It's right across from Carlo College. My man Jim, what's your favorite pizza, brother?
I'm all about Giuliano's in Robinson.
What is that?
Nick is also a Central boy.
See?
It's all about family out there. I'm telling you. He does all our family events and everything. Go try it, Marty. You love it.
And the thing about it is, you heard what I was saying about a small business. The guy tore up his knee. Can't take the time off for the surgery, right?
Oh, trust me. I played football. I get it.
Yeah, but you never owned your own business like this. This guy can't take off 3 months. He can't make $1.
No, well, it's going to get to the point if he's got all 3 of those tendons tore.
So I said.
It's at that point he's not going to be able to do anything until he gets operated on, you know?
Hey, now we've got Elon Musk coming in, and now we've got Obama coming in. What does that tell you, brother? By the way, he's my guru. He's been at this more than 35 years. He knows everyone and anyone. What's that tell you? How close this race is, right?
Oh, you could split a hair with it. Yep. That's how close it is.
Yep.
In fact, if you look at it nationally, there's so many things that are happening that are not textbook here. I mean, southern states that normally should be in the Republican fold are so close. Florida, which is within less than 3 points now, but yet the northern states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania have closed to the Republicans' favor. None of this is textbook. Nobody can predict this one.
Wow. It's very unusual to have it this close, this late in the game. And did you have the chance to see any McCormick last night? And
I did watch it.
Casey, what your takeaway?
I think that McCormick would serve himself better because he's like a Rottweiler trying to get at an animal. I mean, you can tell he wants a piece of Casey. And Casey's biggest asset is he's just a nice guy, Marty. And people that really aren't interested that much in politics look at these kind of things and say, well, he's a nice guy. McCormick has a great message. He just needs to tone his attack down and be a nicer guy.
Too late.
People like that.
Too late.
Well, yeah. Well, his army's showing. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite ice cream now? What do you tell me?
Well, I like Giant Eagle ice cream.
Giant Eagle, the Giant Eagle brand ice cream. Come on, man. Who makes it?
Marty, get that big vanilla tub. It's the best. And put chocolate sprinkles on it.
No, man, I like that what is it called? Tiramuk stuff.
Oh, I eat that as well. But the last 3 nights I've been tearing up a gallon of that, and it's Marty, it's great.
Hold on, man. What's the name of that pizza joint again?
Giuliano's.
All right, man. Where is it?
It's in on 60 in Robinson. I'm telling you, you really like it. It's all about family with them. Pizza. They've won enough awards with their pizza as well.
All right, man.
So,
thanks, brother.
But listen, before you go, get a thing of that Giant Eagle vanilla ice cream. Break up a couple Reese's cups, throw it in there, some chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah.
And believe me, you're in heaven. So.
All right, my man. Thanks, brother.
Have a great one. Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite people on earth. Well, you can hear him. And he's smart as hell. And he knows everyone. Here's what's funny. Is all these people are telling me that Sarah Enamorado is going to have to raise taxes. Duh. Her head's going to be in a vice because they're about 60 million short, and that ain't pretty. Tell you what, I'm serious about this. Some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. And I mean, I'm an old guy. This restaurant in Oakmont, Michael A's. Whoo! Slamming. Folks, slamming. 9.9 on a scale of 10. Seriously, Michael A's Oakmont. Homemade, handcrafted Italian. I'm telling you, it'll be the best you've ever eaten. Michael A's, Oakmont.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 72 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1 o'clock, I'm David Ballarado. Former President Donald Trump is set to return to the site where he nearly lost his life in July. The Republican presidential nominee will hold a rally Saturday once again at the Butler Farm Show. Despite the fact that the Butler County is a GOP stronghold in Western County, not all Butler residents are happy about the visit due to security concerns. Chaley, who works right behind the Farm Show grounds, called into the Big K Morning Show, telling fill-in host Michael Bartley,
They don't want President Trump to come back. From what I hear, nobody wants him to come back. Not to Butler. They think that he needed to go to an enclosed arena, not in Butler.
That rally begins at 5. Between the rally and other events that were already on the schedule, it may be hard to find a hotel room in certain areas this weekend. Most, if not all, Butler County hotels have been sold out, and the same is true at least for parts of Mercer County. Stacy Glenn is the manager for the Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn Express, and Candlewood Suites in Grove City. She says between visiting college football teams and seasonal tourism, they're booked solid at all 3 hotels.
College football team is about 45 rooms, so that's split between 2 of our 3 hotels. 2 different weddings as well this weekend, which typically we have weddings every weekend, May through October. And then we have seen a last-minute push from the Secret Service, so we don't have anything left.
Plus, 2 Chinese tour buses had already booked rooms, and the ripple effect they experience when out-of-town Steelers fans can't get a room as they become scarce in the city. The death toll from Hurricane Helene across the southeast has now surpassed 200, and some of the most hard-hit areas are still impossible to get to. In North Carolina, hospitals are struggling also with supplies.
I'm Jim Crisula in North Carolina. Very few of the countless homes that have been damaged and destroyed in the flooding in North Carolina and Tennessee had important insurance. In Buncombe County, where an entire town disappeared in floodwaters, less than 1% of households had flood insurance. In Unicoi County, Tennessee, where dozens of staff and patients were stranded on a hospital roof as water rose, it was under 2%.
Employers added 254,000 jobs in September, up sharply from the 159,000 added in August. However, with the destruction and damage caused by Hurricane Helene in the southeast, Bankrate senior analyst Mark Hamrick says there will be an impact to the economy.
We will likely be seeing some impacts from Hurricane Helene in the coming weeks and months. Obviously, it is heartbreaking to see the loss of life and the economic destruction that's been caused there. And I would expect as soon as the next week or so to see new unemployment claims begin to rise in those storm and flooding affected areas.
The unemployment rate dropped from 4.2 to 4.1%. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 184 points. The Nasdaq is up 148, and the S&P 500, we should say, is up 30 points. In KDKA Sports, tonight's KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Peters at Moon. Our coverage starts with the Sword Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6. Dan Zangrilli says the end results will have major implications tonight.
Peters and Moon, they both took losses last week, so it's going to go a long way in determining the playoff picture as to what happens tonight because it's pretty crowded at the top You got two teams above them that are undefeated meeting tonight. Bethel Park, South Fayette. Upper St. Clair's also in the league. And then there's Peters Township and Moon, and those two teams are going to meet tonight.
News is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your perfect new roof and a lifetime warranty, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News time, 1:03. Time to call Shenderovich and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. It's 72 and sunny in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite nice for the rest of today with sunshine, a few clouds, and a warm afternoon high of 81, and clear to partly cloudy tonight, 54. Delightful tomorrow with plenty of sunshine, a bit cooler, the high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for On the Money with Secure Money Advisors. Brian Caranta has tips that will make sure your retirement and income plan is ready to help provide you with a comfortable, secure retirement.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
Tuesday night's vice presidential debate was a success for what it contained and what it did not. Issues were actually discussed. Voters heard the candidates' positions on immigration, the economy, health care, housing, child care, and gun policy, to name a few. The debate was wildly described as civil. While they clashed on issues, both candidates were cordial and said they could work with each other. Nastiness was replaced by civility. Both candidates respectfully presented their positions and often agreed with each other. Sadly, that was a surprise to voters accustomed to name-calling, personal attacks, and accusations. The way the candidates conducted themselves left some people wishing it was the running mates who were at the top of the ticket.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Did you hear that editorial by Spack? Spack's the head honcho, the big cheese, the top tamale. He's right. He's right, actually. A lot of folks said that to me. They'd rather have the candidates we heard than the actual candidates themselves. Fascinating. The other thing is we are the 50,000-watt blowtorch, and we have congressmen who are listening to the show. I'm getting texts. We have senators that listen. I get texts. We have the governor's people listen. I'm not bragging. I'm making a point about Bob Casey. He's never been in these studios. 8 years. It's not about Marty Griffin. It's not about KDKA. It's about lack of interest or intent. And that's a fact, Jack. It suggests he doesn't give a crap about this marketplace. Or that they're lazy. His staff's lazy. Because they're welcome. And he's welcome here. Just saying. All right, so I want to play something that's actually significant. This is from a few hours ago, but Mike Kelly said some things were unsettling. He's a congressman, and he's also head of this task force / committee / bipartisan group that's investigating the assassination attempt on Trump. The first time was here in Butler. And it's unsettling and unnerving, the pushback he's getting, considering he's the man and how he's being treated in Butler and his concerns. Listen to Mike Kelly from early this morning. This is kind of unsettling. Listen. Hey, Mike, what's your advice to folks headed that way? I mean, 60,000 people, man, that'd be a pain in the ass, to be honest, Mike. What's your advice to folks?
I have the same advice I gave back on July 3rd when I was first told that President Trump was coming to Butler. I said, please don't go to that venue. It's too small to handle the crowd that's going to be there. The roads are ripped up. And at that time, I was told, Mr. Congressman, we've already made a decision. I said, well, what you looked at the site, what did you think? And they said, listen, sir, we just told you we've already made a decision. I said, so the answer I just interpreted, you've never been to the site. You have no idea what you're going to be facing. And this is a reckless and dangerous thing. I did not expect an attempted assassination, but I did expect heavy traffic and the inability to get people in and out of a facility safely and securely.
And so I don't want to speak for you. You have the same trepidation now?
I do, because it's the same site. I do, although here's the one caveat. There's nobody that faces danger with more balance than President Trump, and I really do wish that at times he would think more about his own safety and security. Marty, this is going to be as safe as we can possibly make it, but you cannot 100% assure anything. The other thing that I am surprised is, being chairman of this task force, I actually have the ability to go beyond those grounds and everything else. I will tell you this, and I mean it. Listen, the Secret Service is under a great deal of scrutiny right now. I just wish they would, when I come on the grounds, I just wish they would be more aware of the fact that I'm there not to criticize or take them out, but in order to help them and do whatever I can to make sure that it's too strange for me right now when people don't talk to you. They say, you can't be on these grounds. I say, yeah, well, I can't be on these grounds, and this is the reason I can't be on those grounds. And
hold on, sir.
Well, we don't know you.
Congressman, are they hassling you, the Secret Service? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, they totally ignore me.
Whoa.
They totally ignore me. And I think that...
Why? Because you're doing your job?
I think because they feel they're under fire.
Oh, come on.
And they have this almost this uncertainty about what their future is going to be if they don't do things the right way. We're there to help them. They asked for more money. We just gave them $231 million more of taxpayer money to shore up whatever shortages they have. But when you see people that look at you and say, oh, my gosh, why is he here? Well, he has no business overlooking this. And my answer to them is, say, look, fellas, you may not like me being here, but without me being here, the people in the United States are going to constantly question whether they can trust you. I'm here to make sure we shore that up and that we can restore the faith, trust, and confidence the American people need to have in this agency. Please, I'm not here to take you out. I'm here to help keep you in, but keep you in at a level that we can have all the confidence in the world that is being done the right way. And when they're not totally transparent, that's what brings up all these conspiracies.
My man, you're not the bad guy. Don't kill the man trying to help them. Don't do that. Grow up, act like adults, and protect the damn president. Do your job, and you won't have to worry about Mike Kelly. Hey, will you be beside him tomorrow like you were the last time?
As of right now, that's where I think I'm going to be. But I've got to tell you, I have never felt more isolated than at any Trump event than I am right now. I don't know where they want me to be or when they want me to be there. My answer to them is I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to the sighting, and today I was there yesterday. I will be there tomorrow early. I will be doing everything I can to do oversight on it. Unfortunately, we don't have much interaction with either Secret Service or any of the teams that are putting this together. I do have a very close relationship with local law enforcement. These guys have been standouts in the middle of the time when everybody was pointing fingers at them. The first part, Marty, as you know, of the task force was to find out what went wrong. The one thing we found out that didn't go wrong was law enforcement, local law enforcement. They did everything they were asked to do. Marty, they, being the Secret Service, did not coordinate the last time. When they tell me that we didn't know how to communicate, my question is, you knew well enough, well before 11 minutes after 6, that there was a suspicious person on the grounds. You talked about him for over 45 minutes. Why in the world, if you weren't sure that it was a safe and secure environment, did you let President Trump come out onto that stage? All you had to say is, sir, stay inside until we are positive this person we keep seeing and keeps disappearing and has a rangefinder until we locate him and make sure that he's not a danger to you. That's the greatest failing that I see happen that day, and forever I will question them in that, and forever I have been waiting for an answer, and all they can tell me is, sir, you don't understand. I said, that is a correct answer. I don't understand, and I understand that you understand what I'm asking you, and you're not answering it.
Hey, Congressman, I love you, man. I love your leadership. It's been amazing.
I hate to get worked up on this stuff, but all we were trying to do is to make sure that the American people have the faith, the trust, and the confidence they need to have in these agencies, and at this point, they don't. And we need to shore that up.
Congressman, are you hearing what I'm hearing, that they're butting heads with the state police already?
Well, you know, I haven't been there for any of that, but I do know when I talk to local law enforcement, they're more involved now than they're being pulled in right now, and they're having their meetings. What I don't like is when I show up on the surface there, that like I'm somebody, persona non grata. What's he doing here? He doesn't know anything about how we run this, and the answer to that is, I don't know how to run it, but I do know the last time you guys ran it, it was a disaster. I'm just trying to make sure that the safety, the security of not only the President of the United States, but other citizens around it. Corey Compatore would be alive today if they had not allowed President Trump to come out on that platform.
Right on, brother. Congressman, you're the man. I love everything you're doing, sir. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you.
Hey, well, thank you, Marty. Anytime. You know that, brother.
Man. All right. That was fantastic and bold. This is not your average Joe at the Pizza Hut down the street or at the 7-Eleven or filling up his gas tank at a get-go. This is a U.S. congressman who's head of the task force investigating this attempted assassination of the former president. And what he's saying is they screwed up and they still screwed up and they're giving him the cold shoulder as a result. That ain't right. That's bad and really rough to hear.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
If you've got high blood pressure, there's a 50-50 chance you're a walking time bomb. Thankfully, you can take control of your blood pressure with a drink called 120 Life. 120 Life is formulated with ingredients that have all been shown to help naturally lower blood pressure. Go to 120life.com. Use the code JUICE for 15% off. We'll refund your money if you're not fully satisfied. Go to 120life.com. There's nothing to lose. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal. Literally. It's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interest in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a realtor.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4-star rankings on Charity Navigator. You can join their squadron today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
Bob Casey supported radical sanctuary city policies, and Casey said,
I want to be held accountable if something that doesn't work out well.
Casey's sanctuary city policies haven't worked out well. They release dangerous illegal immigrants onto our streets. In fact, Casey's sanctuary city policies released one illegal immigrant felon in Philadelphia who then raped a 5-year-old Pennsylvania girl. Casey made us all less safe. Casey not only supports these crazy policies that put convicted felons back on our streets, he'd make things even worse, Casey voted to give illegals with violent criminal records amnesty. Casey supported amnesty even for illegals convicted of domestic violence and child abuse. Rewarding illegals convicted of domestic violence and child abuse? It's insane.
I want to be held accountable.
It's time to hold Casey accountable. It's time for a change. It's time to fire Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Parmar store. See for yourself. Download the Parmar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That's unsettling, what the congressman just said, Mike Kelly, because he's actually very intelligent. He's actually buried in this stuff. And it means a lot that the safety and security of the former president or any official, that they're protected. And we had Ron Layton on really right at the top of the show at 10 o'clock this morning. And he said, look, because I got a source information that said that some of the agents were qualifying at the range, the gun range in Butler yesterday. And that would kind of freak you out if you're an idiot or an amateur like myself. All it means is that these guys are so busy they don't have time to qualify. In other words, they have to be so good at shooting they get tested. I think what Ron said was once a month. And because they're so tight, their schedules, that they have to go to the range, at a local range, when they're ever on a job and requalify. It doesn't actually suggest that they're not qualified to shoot a gun. I love these folks that actually, when I block them because they're hateful and mean and cruel, that means I have, they do the stupid, idiotic, you're bashing Trump again and you don't like it. No, I don't like hate speak, and I'll block you. I have the right to do that. You have no right to disparage me and or my friends or my family or my show because you don't agree with me, and I'm going to block you. I have that right. Go away. Go away. Be angry somewhere else. Go to your little focus group or your therapy group of folks that hate Trump, and they give you those styrofoam bricks and you throw them in a television. Styrofoam. Do it. Kevin O'Brien, the Trump bashing show. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because the stuff that he says is bizarro world, hateful, shows no compassion, and just weird. Samantha, play the juice thing again. This is just last night, your boy Trump. Just last night. Listen.
You're not going to do it through wind. The wind isn't blowing, darling. Let's turn on the television. Let's try it anyway. I want to see President Trump make a speech tonight. No, darling, the wind isn't blowing. We have no juice in the house. We have no juice.
What the hell's that? Really, what is that? He wants to be president again. No, thank you. And then his people. What's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Listen to what she said about the other day about the weather and wind. And this is one of his people. Listen, do you have that? Samantha, Marjorie Taylor Greene? No? I thought Patrick sent it to you. She basically said that they control the weather to use it against Republicans. Yeah, I don't like him. I can't like him. There's no way. The stuff he said about Charleroi, do you have the Charleroi thing? You know what that did to that town? Those poor people may never recover. They're now labeled as this hellhole where Haitian immigrants are murdering, raping, and torturing people and selling drugs. And you wonder why I don't like them. I don't give a damn. If I block you, it's because I can't stand you. And you're being vulgar. I don't mind healthy discourse. I just don't. You have it? Go ahead, Sam, play it.
Likewise, the small 4,000-person town of Charleroi, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Charleroi. What a beautiful name. But it's not so beautiful now. Has experienced a 2,000% increase in the population of Haitian migrants under Kamala Harris. So, Pennsylvania, remember this when you have to go to vote. Okay, just remember this. 2,000% increase. This is a small town. All of a sudden, they got thousands of people. The schools are scrambling to hire translators for the influx of students who don't speak not a word of English, costing local taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So now, and it stays in the national media, anyone in America thinks that Charleroi, Pennsylvania is a hellhole. I've had people here at work who are from there grab me and say, thank God you kind of try to defend us as we work our asses off in this wonderful town. And you wonder why I don't like him? Come on. I don't even want to get into Springfield, Ohio and what he did to them. I can't accept that. That's a character issue for me. And let me play what Liz Cheney said, and she nailed it for me. Liz Cheney, big-time Republican. This is what she said about Trump yesterday. Listen.
I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. There is not an ounce of compassion in Donald Trump. He is petty, he is vindictive, and he is cruel. And Donald Trump is not fit to lead this good and great nation.
I'm a far-left sellout. Let me think. I had Mike Kelly on. Is he a Republican? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. I had him on for 20 minutes and played it again. Yeah, that's right. I'm a sellout, the far left. No. What is Dave I forgot. Is Dave McCormick, is he a Republican? Let me check. Hold on. Let me search this. Dave McCormick. Oh, Dave McCormick's a Republican. I had him on for 2 segments. Oh. But I sold out to the far left. No, I'm entrenched to the truth and character and giving a damn about people. You know what irritates me? The people said, I've listened to you my whole life. I hate you now. That's on you, man. If my belief that Trump's a bad man turns you on me after you say you've loved me my whole your whole life, that's on you, man. You're the bad neighbor I don't want. You're the ex-wife. You're the guy that loved me until what? I didn't have what you wanted. You're the guy who fixed your roof on Sunday. You don't like me on Monday because I said something about Trump. That's on you, man. It's on you. It's not going to be on me. I'm going to stay true to my character. He's a bad man who doesn't care and doesn't mind destroying communities that I love, including Charleroi. I got a problem with that. Hey, for all you folks listening who plan on going tomorrow, man, if you've never been, it's a 2-lane highway, man. 1 lane in each direction. And if you've ever tried to stick a baseball bat in a pinhole, it ain't easy. And you heard Mike Kelly? He's worried about the location. He's worried about the location. He's worried about the location. And he's from there. That's his thing. That's his hood. I'm not telling you not to go. I'm just telling you, if you go, be prepared for, the concerts at Starplex or whatever the hell it's called now. What's it called now? Star Lake now this week. It's called Star Lake. If you don't like the traffic there, multiply that 10x. Because they hold less than 20,000 out there. What is it, like 15 to 17? They're expecting tomorrow, just trying to help you here, 60,000. As the teenage girl would say on TikTok, oh my God. Oh my. Bring water, bring batteries, bring snacks, and bring something that you can urinate in your car. I am not trying to be a jerk here. It's going to be brutal. Just saying.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 74 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1:30, I'm David Ballarado. Pittsburgh firefighters continue to help with the cleanup in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in Asheville, North Carolina. Battalion Chief John Gardell says he and 3 others from the Firefighters Union and the fire department have been helping clean up destruction at the home of their counterparts there, who are still helping others affected by the storm.
We also will go in and try to remove any flooded items so that it doesn't start growing mold, whether it be carpet, furniture, soft goods, anything like that, to clean out the homes so that they can, really start the healing process.
The International Association of Firefighters is spearheading their effort through their disaster relief program. Donations can be made on their website at iaff.org/disaster-relief. The death toll from Hurricane Helene across the Southeast has now surpassed 200, and some of the most hardest hit areas are impossible to get to. In North Carolina, hospitals are struggling with supplies.
I'm Jim Crisula. North Carolina hospitals nationwide may soon face a shortage of IV fluid because of the Hurricane Helene flooding devastation in western North Carolina. A plant in Marion, North Carolina, that makes more than 1.5 million bags of IV fluid a day is closed in the flooding aftermath. Baxter International, the country's largest maker of IV solution, is assessing damage to the plant.
Between the Trump rally and other events, it may be hard to find a hotel room in certain areas this weekend. Butler County hotels are, for the most part, sold out, and also in parts of Mercer County, the same is true. Stacy Glenn manages the Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn Express, and Candlewood Suites in Grove City. All 3 are booked solid due to visiting college football teams, seasonal tourism, and
2 different weddings as well this weekend, which typically we have weddings every weekend, May through October. And then we have seen a last-minute push from the Secret Service, so we don't have anything left.
2 Chinese tour buses had already booked rooms as well. Glenn says there are also demand for rooms from Steelers fans who can't find a hotel in the city. On Wall Street, stocks higher today. The Dow is up 205 points. The Nasdaq is higher by 151, and the S&P 500 is 32 points higher. KDKA Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update's at 2 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, if you're a mom or dad of a high school athlete who dreams of playing in college, the steps you take now could make all the difference between earning a scholarship or nothing at all. As Pittsburgh's premier recruitment agency, M7 Sports helps you understand what you need to do while giving you and your child the tools to grab the attention of coaches and recruiters. From hype videos to social media guidance. For expert guidance on the road to recruitment, visit m7sports.agency today.
Chances are you're not hearing this ad while topping 100 in your Aston Martin or taking a spin around town in your Rolls Royce. But if you are, then Donald Trump's tax plan is for you. Just ask him.
You're rich as hell. We're going to give you a tax cut?
But if you're hearing this on your way to work or school pickup, if you're heading to the grocery store, or wondering how long you can stretch that tank of gas, then your plan is Kamala Harris's plan. She'll make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share so she can give the middle class a tax cut, as well as $25,000 for first-time home buyers, $6,000 for first-time parents, and a $50,000 tax deduction for starting a new business. Because that guy in the cyber truck that just zoomed by doesn't need another break. But Kamala Harris knows you sure could use one. Paid for by FFPAC, ffpac.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. To do this, they're implementing their community benefits plan that focuses on affordable home lending, small business loans, and employee volunteerism, and creating other opportunities to give back on a local level. They're proud to be part of the Pittsburgh community. See how PNC Bank can make a difference for you at pnc.com/our commitments. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Putting on the uniform after being sidelined? What a feeling. You've spent hours icing, stretching, rehabbing, and now AHN Sports Medicine has you back on the field. Your injury is a distant memory, your speed back in full force, and your ball skills have never looked so good. You're back at your best. Maybe better than your best. Go next level at ahn.org/sportsmed.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
More sun than clouds for the rest of today and pleasantly warm this afternoon, high 81. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
A woman in the neighborhood has a big sign in her yard, a Trump wife. And then I asked her husband, does that make you a Trump husband? He said, hell no. What happens in a house like that? Do they fight, you think, or they just don't talk about it? I don't know. My father-in-law is a big Trumper, and I love him. He's a cool guy. And when he comes into town, my wife, because my daughters, especially my pit daughter, he just doesn't like the stuff that Trump says about women. So my wife has to tell her dad, do not bring up Trump with Sophia. It's actually entertaining as hell. I actually enjoy the man. Love him. I heard the little piece about hotel rooms. Check this out. Like the William Penn, which is the world's greatest hotel. They have a couple rooms left for tomorrow at $750 a night. Wow. And they're sold out Sunday and Monday. Why Monday? Any idea why? Must be some... Oh, probably because what? You're here for the Steeler game, then you stay later? Huh. Why Monday? I'm asking. Why Monday? Huh. $750. Man, that's a lot of money for a single room. Good for them. I love the William Penn. They're wonderful people. They're very kind. It's a great locale. I love the history of it. It's cool. But I heard that there's a bunch of stuff going on in town. Then you have, you heard the Secret Service. I guess they got extra agents in. Big groups in the hotel. I see. Oh, okay, I see. Hey, let's do this. We try and do this once a week. And I hope it's not too late in the day, and I hope you have enough time to do this. Open up the phone lines for this segment and then the next. Trump or Kamala Harris? If the votes today, and I love to keep score, We've done this, a couple times, 3 times, and it's always been pretty close to split down the middle, which is what the polls show. Trump or Kamala Harris, if the vote was today, 866-391-1020. Trump or Kamala Harris, 866-391-1020. If the vote's today, Trump or Kamala Harris. I'll look at all the polls. It's pretty much neck and neck. She's slightly ahead in the swing states, which has him freaking out, which is why I think he's been so nasty, because he's freaking out, and that's how bullies freak out. They get nasty. 866-391-1020. If the vote's today, Trump or Kamala Harris, vote early and vote often. Man, so I can't get over that. And I'm wondering, Pitt's playing, North Carolina? I hope they don't have any flooding-related issues with that game. That's beautiful down there. Pitt's looking good. I hope they win. I love the feedback of folks. We all have opinions, and everybody's generally pretty nice about it. If you want to be nasty, you're going to have to do that on your own time. No flight-related issues. Good. Regarding Pitt. Good. I love watching Pitt win. I'm really biased now because my daughter's there. I've always liked Pitt, but here we go. John, go ahead.
Harris, 100%.
Why is that? I lost him. Thanks, John. Jim, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I just want everybody to look in the mirror and ask themselves, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? I'll answer that. Absolutely not. So, Trump all the way.
Nice. I love his enthusiasm. I like the way he delivered it, too. Like he was prepared. I like that, Jim. Appreciate you, man. All right. Linda, go ahead.
Voting for Trump.
Why is that?
Because I don't like the way things have been going for the last 3.5 years.
Uh-huh.
They've been much better in the past. I don't like the borders being open.
Yeah.
Our money should be staying where it needs to stay.
All right. Thanks, Linda. Sounds like she had notes written down. It's amazing how Trump folks pick up the same talking points. God bless you. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi. I'm going to vote for Trump, and the reason why I think the economy was better when he was in, and I don't like his manner, his demeanor, but he doesn't take any crap from anybody. Yeah. And like I said, I think that the economy in the country was better with him.
I get it.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you. She sounds really sweet. And makes sense, by the way. I do it every time because I'm an idiot. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, I'm voting for Trump all the way. I own 2 small businesses.
Nice.
And he employs thousands of people, and Kamala probably couldn't run a Kool-Aid stand.
He employs thousands of people, Trump? Do you remember all his bankruptcies, right?
He employs thousands of people, including one of my family members.
How about his bankruptcies and how he screwed all the union people in Atlantic City at the casinos?
Yeah, you know what, Marty, that's BS. Because
no, it isn't. I have it right here. He laid off 5,000 people.
Well, laying people off is different. You're talking about the bankruptcy or the
yeah, he bankrupt 3 companies actually,
and then the rumors about people him stiffing contractors.
He bankrupt 3 companies. How about Trump University, where he screwed thousands of people out of their college money?
His facilities are built to perfection. So when somebody comes in there and they're putting a tile floor in, and he's looking for perfection, and they don't give it to him, then he's not going to pay them.
So that's why he shut down the casino and laid off 6,000 people because of a tile floor.
No, but
yeah, okay, no, but can't change his mind. Just telling you, he was a horrible employer, horrible. Bankrupt several businesses, and then there's Trump University. Ask Mark Cuban. Go ahead, Kathy.
Trump, 100%. He already proved he could do the job. She already proved she can.
Okay, I love it. Now that was brief and to the point. People are going crazy. I love the passion, but that guy was wrong about him being a great guy running businesses. Joyce, go ahead.
Hi, Marty.
Hi, Joyce.
Trump.
Not all the way.
Vote against Harris. I don't like him with his personality.
Yeah.
However, I do think that he's the best one for the country. I think Kamala's
Okay, gotcha. I love this, Leanne. When is KDK going to wake up and get this idiot off the air? You haven't checked our ratings lately, have you? We are crushing it. Hate to ruin your day, but I'm just telling you the truth. Oh, you're a Trump supporter. You can't handle the truth. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Donald Trump, border and economy.
Cool. Open his corridor. Sorry. Great points. By the way, great points. And by the way, smart guy. Gets right to the point. Bill, go ahead.
It's a shame that we have to vote for somebody we don't, against somebody we don't like instead of somebody we like.
Wow, that's a great way. That's actually a great way to put it. That's a really great way to put it, actually.
It's been like that for the last 3 times. I'm going to vote for Trump, even though I can't stand him, because I think he'll do a better job.
I get it. Now, that's a smart man. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm voting for Harris all the way.
Why?
I don't want a sexual predator, a pathological liar, a convicted felon as my president.
I'm with you. And a failed businessman. All right. Hey, hang in there. We're going to take more calls after this.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Amazing offer right now at Nest Expressions, Window Fashions in Wexford. Ready? Free motorization on any Hunter Douglas shade, shutter or blind. Unheard of sale. 1 week by my girl Lisa and her team at Nest Expressions. Act now. Save hundreds, if not thousands, on free motorization. And you can combine this with tax credits and rebates that are running throughout Hunter Douglas. 724-933-5500 or nestexpressions.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
I'm John Oran, Puck's sports correspondent, and I have a new podcast called The Varsity, where I will take you inside the executive suites and owners' boxes that run the entire sports business. Twice a week, I will bring on the smartest people I know to break down the hottest topics in sports media and give you a window into the inside conversations that are happening throughout sports media. So be sure to follow and listen to the Varsity Podcast, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally. It's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at Physical. Physical. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
While you sleep, There are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have you ever thought about joining a credit union? There are plenty of great benefits and perks. Hi, it's Dan Zangrilli. Some think that you have to be part of a club or know someone to get in. Not the case. At Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, you simply need to live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Butler, or Beaver counties, and you're eligible to join for just $5. Unlock the great rewards of a credit union. Shape your future with Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA. Visit AllegiantFCU.org to get started today.
Lynn just loves the summers in Pittsburgh, but she hates to paint, so she called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Formulated for our specific climate here in Indy and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
We truly believe in this product.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers. Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Caliente Pizza and Draft House is ready to open in the North Hills. Beginning today, the 2125 Babcock Boulevard location will be open on Fridays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to midnight and 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. the rest of the week, serving a full menu of both thick and thin crust pizzas. The North Hills location is the 8th full location that the pizza chain has opened. In addition to stalls in Acrisure Stadium, PPG Paints Arena, PNC Park, and Beaver Stadium on the campus of Penn State University. Also, Lanxess AG, whose North American headquarters is in the Pittsburgh region, announced yesterday plans to sell off its urethane systems business, the last remaining polymers unit in its portfolio. It will sell the unit to UBE Corp., a Japanese-based chemical company. The deal has an enterprise value of $506.8 million, and Lanxess is expected proceeds of about $550 million. Lanxess said it would pay down debt with the proceeds with the deal, and when the deal closes at the first half of 2025. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The only thing I would call BS on was the guy who owns two businesses that said Trump's a great businessman because he puts in good tile floors. I'm just reading from the Wall Street Journal, from the New York Times, and from bankruptcy.com. All right? All right? All right. Despite high-profile examples including General Motors, Lehman Brothers, and most of the nation's major airlines, fewer than 20% of public companies with assets of $1 billion or more have filed for bankruptcy in the last 30 years. Trump has filed 4 business bankruptcies. Wow. Which, according to bankruptcy.com, makes Trump the top filer of bankruptcies in decades. Taj Mahal laid off thousands. Trump Castle Associates, 92, laid off thousands. Trump Hotel and Casino, 2004, laid off thousands. All these are bankruptcies. Trump Entertainment Resorts, laid off thousands. Missed a $55 million bond payment. So, and then he filed again in 2014. So, for those of you who say he's a great businessman, okay. Sure. If that constitutes great, he sure as hell knows how to file bankruptcy. Anyways, let's go through these fast. Greg, go ahead. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Sure. Comma. I would never vote for anybody that speaks to women the way he does.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It's gross, actually. I'm cutting people off because I'm trying to get to as many as I can. Oops. John, go ahead.
Harris. Biden inherited nightmare in 2020.
All right. I'm going to try and do this without making that noise every time because I'm an idiot. John, go ahead.
That's going to be Harris for me all the way. The choice going to be clear. Anybody that knows the guy or worked with the guy are either in jail or telling you not to vote for him.
Trying to get to as many as I can. Jay, go ahead.
Hey, Kamala Harris all the way, man. All those people voting for Trump are they just don't, I don't understand them, man. I think they're out to lunch.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my arms around it myself. I am. I'm having a hard time with it. Like the guy said I own 2 businesses and Trump's a great businessman. Well, he isn't. Facts don't lie. Bob, go ahead.
Marty, to use your term, both are jagoffs. Family of 5.
Oh
both are jagoffs.
So
Family of 5. 3 Trump people voting against Kamala and 2 voting solidly for Kamala.
Yeah, it's fascinating, actually. And what you're saying is really actually profound. I mean, it's been fascinating to watch, quite frankly. Chuck, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, man.
Hey, I'm going to vote for Trump because of the debate the other day with Vance as a number 2. That's my reason.
I get it. He was actually very good. He was very good. I think he was very intelligent, very charming. The Wall Street Journal nailed it. Vance is the Trump will never be. It's actually very good. Great call. Go ahead, Bill.
I'd vote for Trump. I wouldn't vote for anybody who bankrupts FEMA and gives the money to foreigners rather than people in the United States.
Foreigners. Like Ukraine, you mean? Or Israel. Horrible people, right? Go ahead, Mary.
Trump for me. I think Kamala is disingenuous.
Yeah, because Trump doesn't lie.
And?
Because Trump never lies? Does he lie?
May I speak?
Does
Thank
Trump
you.
lie? No, you had a question. Does Trump lie? Answer my question. You said she was disingenuous. Does he lie?
I'm sure we all lie.
Oh, we all lie. Woo! Wow. You should tell your kids that tonight. Wow. All right, I can't take any more. Poor Samantha. Samantha, I love you, and I'm apologizing that you have to go through that. Colin, my man is next. All right, go.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Looking for an out-of-the-ordinary getaway? AAA presents Yellowstone in winter, a 5